Mm. Mm.
Is everyone ready to go? Okay, that's fine. We'll kill him. We'll pay him first. We'll kill him first. Don't worry about it. That's not even a problem. Which character did he play? What's his character name?
Soba.
Oh yeah, he was useless anyway. Don't even worry about it.
Is it possible I could change my character
Yeah,
picture?
sure.
Just like the background picture.
Yep. You can send it to me, and I will upload another picture for you if I remember how to do that.
I changed my profile picture, but the character still looks the same.
Oh, I have added you as a friend. Oh, there we go. That's a cool picture. Yeah, I like that.
And then yeah, it's not like it doesn't have a white background too, so it probably will look better.
All right. I had a lousy day at work today, so somebody's gonna die. You just know that that's how it goes, right? Everyone's okay with that. I'm just saying ahead of time, right? Desktop. PC. What's your character name there? Matsume was who?
Kelsier.
Oh yeah, thanks, Kelsier. Thank you.
Yo. Went hard. We 2 near-death experiences. I recall saying something about letting you live something down, so I'm not gonna bring up ecstasy in my bathroom. Good. You bastard. I have a dynamite roll, and it just fell apart into 5 pieces.
I'm trying to figure out how to replace Kelsier's token with the new token I've got for Kelsier.
I think I accidentally dragged my guy off the map. Oh, I can't throw him away.
Where's the invite to join the game?
You gotta go to Roll20, log in,
Yeah.
like you did last time, and then you should be able to launch the game for yourself.
What? How do I do that? I'm on my account right now. Okay, and then
You go to My Games, and then it should show your most recent game.
My Games.
Totally don't know how to copy this token into
launch game.
Oh, because
okay.
I'm in the wrong map. That's why I'm such a retard. I'm like, I can't add this character because I'm playing my other campaign. That's why. That'll be why. Retardation. Okay, let's try
Don't
this.
worry, we all have it.
We all have it. It's all it is a little bit.
All of us. We're
Kills-
drawn to each other.
No, they do say it's a spectrum.
Add character.
Then
Yeah, I have no idea. And I rolled initiative twice, and then I got like a 3-point something and a 4-point something. I don't know how that's possible.
So I've created Kelsier 2. I don't know how to edit your Kelsier 1 is the problem. I only know how to delete it. So you have 2 characters now in your icon. I can't change your icon previously.
Oh, you
Try
can't.
it. No. So you might have to recreate your character for Kelsier 2.
Is it possible like you could give me the image and then I can like?
Yeah, I can absolutely do that. Let me just copy it back. So Kelsier token.
I'm willing to bet that the only person I know that could eat a dynamite roll in one bite without shoving it in their mouths like aggressively is Ty Thompson.
No, Ben can do it. He's got a giant mouth.
Oh,
This is true.
Ty has a giant mouth for different reasons.
Oh, here we go. That is it. This is it.
Are you doing it?
Oh, I might have just fixed Kelsier. There you go. I think I did it. Check it out. I'll delete the second one. Let me delete Kelsier 2. Did that work for you?
Okay. Yeah,
Did it work?
I think so. But it doesn't have a name on it.
It doesn't have a name on it. It says Kelsier on my screen. I did. Oh, I didn't write it on the token. That's my bad. That's actually my retardation too. That's okay. The sequence, right? Sorry about that, man. I had this all set up before, and you guys all messed me up.
It's exciting, so I feel like a god to the goblins. Yes. I'll rub the rock.
Yeah, we'll fix the writing limit at time. I'm going to get back to something else now because I want to get going with different things. So that's cool with you guys. We'll do this later, okay?
Okay.
All right. So where did we leave off last time? I think it was basically a TPK.
We just killed the goblins and we just looted the bodies.
I thought the goblins killed you and looted you guys. I thought that's how it was.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. You're correct.
I was just checking. All right. So you guys all catch up with Kelsier, who seems kind of ambivalent, kind of wandering down the road. And I'm going to let you guys kind of role play this amongst yourselves. Kelsier, you remember where we left off. Your little goblin buddies there, whatever. They put up a little bit of a scrap. They were no threat to you anyway. These kind of dudes came along, smoked them. They don't seem to be bothering you either, so you kind of don't care. And you just sort of carry on down the road because that's kind of what you feel like you should be doing. So there you go. That's an introduction to Kelsier. Party sees Kelsier. Goblins didn't have anything really for loot. Garbage gear, garbage weapons. So some short bows and a couple arrows, which I think I gave you guys last time.
And that sword for Ugly.
Yeah. Ugly got a nose picker.
Mhm.
Yeah, the midget repelling sword.
The mage repelling sword.
No, the
Midget.
midget.
The midget repelling sword. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We, or at least myself, I go up to Kelsier and ask him, "What's up? Like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like, you were unfazed by the goblins." Yeah.
Bill
Again,
Kelsier?
Crystal.
Okay. Is he like allowed to talk, or does he
Yeah,
just?
he's allowed to talk. Totally can talk. That's what I'm saying. You guys
Because he's like
roleplay.
Crystal.
Crystal meth. Um,
So,
Can I-
Kelsier, what's your response?
those goblins back there, they were giving you a hard time.
Nah, they were easy. You're so unfazed. I'm just wondering if you're okay. Like, what's going on with you?
Oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I'm on a journey.
Oh, where are you headed?
I'm headed to where this road leads me.
Can I see
Okay.
your rock?
No,
No,
you don't know. You don't know he has it. You don't know.
He
he
said
has it.
crystal, didn't he? Like, he did say crystal.
This is
Oh,
true.
oh shit. Okay, my bad. My bad.
Bill Kelsier, just for what it's worth, everything that inside of you suggests to you that you're really not in danger, and these people pose no threat to you. In fact, if anything, you pretty much think you could take them if you really wanted, like with like a flip of a switch.
Okay.
So like, there's a degree to which you're only going to put up with so much of their bullshit before you flip badass mode and just whip all their asses if you feel like you need to. That's the level of confidence you currently have in dealing with them, right? There's not really a lot of
Okay.
risk to you. So,
Do you want
for what
to
it's worth.
tag along for a little while, Kelsier? You know, we're following up the road too, so we'll just tag along together as far as we go, and if we split ways, that's okay. But just in the meantime.
If you want to follow me, that's okay. I'm on a higher mission.
Love it. If you want to
Okay.
follow me, it's okay.
All right. Well, we're just gonna walk together up this road until we, come at a passing, and maybe we split off ways. Maybe we stay together. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, you guys seem pretty strong. You can handle
Alright.
yourself against some goblins.
All right. So you guys decide to travel together for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Get to know each other a little bit. Does anyone do any sort of talking or sharing? This is who I, because you guys don't really all know each other. You all kind of got co-opted into this group with this mage. Most of you are basically employed by him. I mean, you don't know he's a mage yet, I guess, but for
You
the
know,
fact that he dresses like a mage, looks like a mage, and talks like a mage, and walks like a mage, but he might not be a mage.
since
Just
I'm a noble, I am bragging a little bit about my, prestigious family, and I'm saying, who I am, like what kind of life I've had, and I tell everyone about myself. I leave out, some small details like how close Vexus and I are and stuff like that. But I say, I knew him from before and whatever, simple things like that.
I'm telling Ben he's the scum of the earth.
actually, Ben, you can make a perception. What's not perception? What is it now? It's a perception. You make a perception check, Ben.
Okay. Perception. Okay. Oh. All right. That's neat.
Very cool.
Okay. So an eight's an 8. You can totally notice that Uglet is absolutely paying attention to everything you say and seems to hang on every word. It's a bit, in your mind, it's a bit of noble worship. You've seen this before when you've come across these sorts of people that
Okay.
just pay attention to everything you say. It's like they're awestruck by you because you're a noble, right? And people are just like, wow. And not a lot of people have been around nobles the whole time. So it's kind of like noble worship, basically. You know what I mean? Like celebrity worship a little bit.
Doesn't Uglet like hate nobles?
You don't know that. As far as you can tell,
Okay.
this guy's worshiping everything you say, pays tons of attention to you. You get all
Okay.
kinds of attention from him. It's amazing. This guy is total noble worshiper.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's your perception of Uglet.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty shit perception. But, all right, let's
That's-
go.
look what your role is.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Look what your role is. This is how you got there. And of course, your arrogance inherently plays into that, right? It actually gives you effectively a disadvantage because inherently if you ran across 10 people, you'd think 6 of them basically look at you with like you're amazing, because that's the way you think about yourself, right? So,
Mhm.
so your self-perception has disadvantaged you to the idea that someone like Uglet might not think highly of you,
Okay.
right? Because why would they? What has this guy got? He's got nothing, and you've got everything. So of course he
Yeah.
wants what you got.
Okay. What
Right.
is what is? Does anyone else do anything? Or sorry, I don't
Uh,
ask that question. My bad.
After Ben's explanation, I want to ask him, like, after this, if he has any work for me.
Not at the moment. No.
Okay.
I'm kind of just we're on this mission. I'm just gonna see where this takes us. But I'll let you know if we get back once we get back to town.
So you guys travel for a day with Tom. He's pretty chill. He likes to guide the ponies. Got some stuff on them. He does a little bit of chatting with each of you. Kind of learns a little bit about each of you, so you can assume he kind of knows some basics nominally. He's got a fair sense of things, and he tends, just to from memory here, it was Kusa that was already employed by the Mercenaries Guild, correct?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Who played Kusa? Who was the player of Kusa?
Me.
Okay. So it was you, that's your Mercenaries Guild, correct? I thought
Yes.
so. Just going to go to your stats. An elven vassal taken into servitude, tall slender. Yeah. Oh yeah. Upon his release from servitude, left and has since operated as a merc. That was it. Okay, cool. So it seems to you, Kusa, that he tends to rely on you a bit more. Like you're clearly, I wouldn't say given favor, but you're treated at a higher degree of trust, if that makes sense, right? You're his first go-to person for things, right? I mean, being part of the Mercenaries Guild, you're bound by guild standards. If you want to remain employed, there's certain kind of basic rules you have to follow, et cetera, right? You're held to a slightly higher standard than everybody else, if that makes sense. You cool with that? You follow what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
All right, cool. So he kind of will relay things through you, like, hey, we're going to set up camp here. And he'll talk to you when he says, I mean, it's said to everybody, but he's really talking to you, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And, oh, somebody should get firewood. He's talking to you. Hey, we should set up some sort of watch. He's talking to you, right? And so he de facto is relying on you to organize the rest of the underlings who are not professional mercenaries, right? To coalesce them into some sort of more of a professional group manner. You cool with that?
Jerry?
Am I not talking?
No.
Oh, I said, yeah, my mic must have been weird.
That's cool. Yeah. So in a way, to a lesser degree, you're in kind of like what I would call a bit of a, for you anyway, a bit of a junior leadership role. Okay.
Okay.
So you have a couple opportunities to exert a little bit of influence on the party. And I was just wondering if you happen to have any kind of like leadership skills, which would basically be a charisma check.
Charisma check? Okay. Also, I think now's a good time to know. This is a forest, right?
It is.
Okay, we've been traveling for a day, so I have my natural explorer buff.
Ooh, what's that do for you?
I have your proficiency bonus is doubled if your skill. Okay, for intelligence and wisdom checks, if I have a skill I'm proficient in, my proficiency bonus is doubled.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can forage really well in this area, right? That kind of stuff, right?
Yep. Do you want me to make a wisdom or a charisma check?
You're totally welcome to.
Okay. Oh, there.
Cool. Okay, that's a decent roll. So for the benefit of the group, it seems, unless somebody wishes to contest this or challenge it, it seems right now, certainly in the order of things, Tom's sort of the employer, but it seems like Kus is sort of the group leader, planner-ish, right? Clearly, to the group, seems somewhat, relatively speaking, on the leaning of things, a marginally positive view of him. Clearly seems competent in this space, the traveling space. We should set up here. ability to come with firewood and get some shelter, and again, somebody who seems competent in those kinds of things to the group. It definitely has been a bit of a, I'd say take charge, not bossy, but a balanced sort of take charge. Hey, could you do this or could you do that? And whoever doesn't do something, he helps or leads or shows, right? So anyway, is that okay with them? Is there any issues with anyone else? Does anyone like try to challenge that authority or try to be like, I should be the boss or I should be in charge or et cetera,
No.
et cetera?
I have no issues.
Yeah, of course.
Same
And
goes
this,
for me.
yeah, this is not and I respect the trust thing. This is more like, the inclination is if a decision comes down to like 5 people under duress saying 5 different things, you'll all go back to your like root Nate. Like, if Ben's like, hey, cover me, Nate, you'd be like, okay, I cover him, right? Like you get it. But if it's like we should go this way and there's some, leadership decision leaning, Koos has been sort of more the de facto leader, and then there's a bit more weight when he says stuff that way. You'd be more inclined to not fight it in the future, is really where I'm going with this. So you guys all hang out. Again, Kusa does a fair bit of foraging and gets the party set up. You guys end up resting for an evening. Any spells that were spent can be recovered, etc., etc. I'm not actually sure the difference between a long rest and a short rest, so maybe Nathan, you can give me a quick explanation of long rest and short rest. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Right. So we did a long rest here. Everyone got to eat, rest, get a nap. Was there any kind of watch set up? Does anyone sort of want to sort of talk about that or take charge of that or
I s-
not?
I'll take.
Go, Jeremy.
Oh, I can take watch for like after I'm done my rest.
And then I switched off with Kusa afterwards.
Okay, so Kusa's first watch, then Benescus' second watch. So 2
I
hours
can
of
take
watch,
watch.
4 hours of watch. You're not sleeping? You sleeping? What's the thought process, guys? You tell me.
Sleeping, but okay, we take shifts. So
Yeah.
let's say 3 hours Kusa was at watch and then he slept, right? And then after he slept, I woke up and did my 3 hours. Then I slept, and then whatever his name is, Kelsier took watch for another 3 hours, and then that's our full long rest, and then that's it.
So you probably need like quote unquote 8 hours of rest, let's call it, right? So
Okay.
So if you're on watch
But-
for 3 hours of that, you're not really getting 8 hours of rest, which means in theory, you're not like if you stop for 10 hours and everyone takes a 2 hour shift, everyone will be long rested. You follow
Okay.
me?
Okay, I'll
Yeah, we
watch the
should-
full 8 hours because I had no hit points taken away from me. Like, okay.
Does anyone want to know the history of Shar?
I do. I care. Absolutely care. You can share about Shar after we're resting. We'll get into that in a sec. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. But you can't stay on watch for 8 hours and be like, I'm rested because I was on watch for 8 hours, is my point. Oh my god, you two sleep like 17 hours a day, both of you. Don't even try me
What?
on that shit. I can't even get you up for bed for fucking school or work in the morning, for Pete's sakes.
Okay.
So do we have water nearby, or
Yep.
can I search?
You
Okay.
can totally find water, no problem. Yeah,
Uh,
little stream somewhere.
All right. So we have our water and we have our food if we all choose to drink.
Okay. Cool.
So we won't get exhaustion. Yeah.
So you guys kind of hold up for 8 hours. Kusit's first watch.
Oh yeah, I need
Vanascus'
health back.
second watch.
Yeah, I guess I should sleep.
Who's third? Who's fourth? Who's whatever? Or we're just not doing
I'll
the
take
second.
third.
Who's I?
Uglet.
I'm with.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So is that it? Who's fourth? Okay. So you get a chance to like memorize your spells in the morning, etc., etc. So you're on third watch, Uglet. That's Uglet, right? Third watch.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's gray hour, so it's like like that light amount of light. Do you have low light vision by the chance?
No.
Okay. So it's very dark to you, but it's gray hour, right? There's no sunlight. It's all by the moonlight, etc., etc., and stuff's dancing in the background. I'm pretty sure you get bored easily, isn't that right? You're the guy that gets bored easily.
Not quite. I could be quite patient.
In fact, I think right in your character sheet, Uglet, it says, "I get bored easily. What am I going to do with my destiny? When I set my mind on something, I follow through no matter what gets in the way." Personality traits. You get bored easily. It says right in your character sheet. I'm reading it from your character sheet.
Oh, that's
Okay.
rough.
Oh snap! Am I wrong?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no problem. So you're sitting there on watch, by yourself. This is boring, by the way. This is probably one of the more boring things you've ever had to do. And then you think, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. It's wee hours in the morning. There was some fruit on the bushes a ways back. Maybe you should go down there and check it out. See if there's actually some stuff you could pick from the branches down there. Do you have any kind of survival skill? I think you do, right? You do. You have survival. You're proficient in survival. So yeah, why don't you go check out those bushes and see if there's any food on there?
Sure, I'll go see if I can find anything.
Four.
4?
Yeah.
Okay, you pick some really red looking round berries that look yummy as all get out. You're like, and in fact, these look so good that you think you probably shouldn't even share them with anybody else. You just you pick a whole pouch full. You're pretty excited about the idea that you got this to basically tide you over while the rest of these mopes starve for the next couple of days. Pretty cool. Pretty cool score you got yourself here. All right.
Well, around like, how many pounds of these berries have I found?
Well, you got a whole bag full in your little side pouch that you don't feel like sharing. Why? How many pounds can you carry?
Oh,
Well, I was thinking like maybe I could, slide one into everybody's mouths, give them a good taste in the morning.
No,
Oh
you don't
my
feel like sharing them at all.
gosh.
You totally don't feel like sharing them at all. That's like,
Yeah.
yeah, not your idea of a good time. So no, you pick these things for yourself specifically. And then you come back to the group and you can make a perception check.
All right. $13.
Because
Oh,
skill
My
is 1.
modifier.
Yeah. 13's decent. You think for a second you see a small shadowy figure in the background skulking around where a couple of people are sleeping. That right as you're coming back, that you can tell. The bushes rustle. Let's put it that way. So you're quite confident there was something there. It looks to you like a small figure, but could be, could not be. You don't know. You come back from the berry pick and you've eaten a handful actually. Feeling pretty energized by that. They were super juicy. So yeah, what do you do?
I would like to take out my light crossbow.
Yeah, you take out your light crossbow.
I'll put the string back with a bolt in it,
Yeah.
and I'll fire it at the bush.
Okay. Click on your character sheet on the map, and then we're going to use the same map here just for 2 seconds. I'm going to move everybody. We're going to be all camping in the bushes down here. So the party is kind of set up here. Everyone's sort of sleeping at the base of a tree. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Tom's sleeping at the base of this tree. Goose is over here. Kind of a little bit spread out in this area. Okay. So, and you are shooting at a bush, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, exciting. You click on your character sheet, and then you can roll for initiative, just your character right now.
Alrighty. Okay, that actually wasn't that bad.
This is the bush over here. You can position yourself. This is the bush right here. I'm just going to ping it for you. You can see that. That's the character sheet that I put on there.
Yeah.
So you can shoot at that bush right there. Where's your guy? Just move your guy around to wherever you want. You're coming back to the group, right? So I'm going to take Sova off the map actually too. Just because I tried not to screw people over when they're not around. So Sova will be the person not screwed around.
Yeah.
Are you happy with where you're at, basically? That's cool.
Yeah. How do I do the like, what do you call it, like wave effect with my mouse?
Hold left click. Yeah.
Alright. Like, is this a tree?
Yeah, these are trees. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to just kind of go behind the tree a little bit and like shoot around it.
Okay, sure. You kind of use the tree as cover almost in a way, and you shoot
Yeah,
from the
like just kind of peek
vantage
out.
point. Okay. Cool. Yeah, with you.
Alright. So do you want me to make like a attack roll?
Did you click on yourself and roll initiative? You did. I
Yeah.
didn't get it in there. Son of a gun. So I got to figure out how to import that. 1 sec here. How do I? You need to click on your before you roll. So just click on yourself again, so I make sure it works. Click on the uglet icon. So you got to highlight it, and then click your initiative.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, same one.
Wow, what are the odds of that? Problem solved. So I'm going to click on this guy. I want to see if I can do this. Let me just see if I can do it. No. Yeah, can't even do that. Okay, cool. I will do this then. Edit this, blah, blah, blah. Add a custom label.
Oh god, not sneaky pants.
Depends. Okay, you take a shot. Go ahead and make a roll.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay. You absolutely hit the bush. I mean, you're aiming at a square, but you absolutely hit the bush. So because you're basically firing blind, but you have an idea of where the space is, right? So, and again, Nathan can or someone else can jump into the rules. In 3.5, I'm effectively treating this as blind fighting. You have a 50-50 chance to hit, right? You can fire a bolt into a square, and you've successfully hit the square. But now you have a 50-50 chance of hitting what you wanted to do in the square, right? Because you have a miss chance. So I always treat it like 50% miss. So 51 is hit. Does that make sense to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right? So if I say 50% miss or 20% miss chance, that means 1 to 20 is a miss. 21 to 100 is a hit. Okay. So in this case, you have a 50% miss chance. Go ahead and make a percentile roll or a 1d100 roll. It's
Okay.
a 50% miss chance.
Alright.
Well, he can /R space 1d100 as well. That works. There you go. 87%. So that's a hit. Oh. Okay. So you totally hit the bushes. You don't know yourself if you actually hit something or not, but you absolutely hit where you wanted to hit in the bushes, if that makes sense, right? And you absolutely fired into the same square as the shape that you saw that was moving that you can't follow. Does that make sense to you? There's concealment there because of the light and they got a little bit of cover there in bushes, et cetera, right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So you fire this bolt off. Nothing happens. You see nothing. Nothing moves. Nothing happens. It's quite quiet. Everyone who's sleeping can make a perception check. I'm looking for high rolls here to potentially wake up at the sound of this. That's not high enough. Blank. Yeah, those aren't high enough. Okay. Anyone else roll in? Oh, kills here. No. Okay. You all sleep through. No problem. So Uglet, you don't see anything move. Nobody seems to wake up at the sound. You could have reloaded your bow last round after you fired. Presumably you would have, I'm assuming. What do you do now?
Well, actually, do I have full health, or am I still at like my 4 HP?
Yeah, we'll say you're rested up. I'm good on the health. It's no problem.
Okay. I'd like to just put away my light crossbow, and I like to pull out my scimitars.
Okay.
And like to go investigate. What's been rustling around in the bushes.
Okay, so just for the mechanics of this, you're putting away, unless you drop it, you're putting away the bow takes an action.
Yes.
Okay, then you're drawing a single scimitar. Is that a free action in this, or is that considered an action, Nate? Okay, so he's not attacking. So if he's just drawing, that's an action, correct? Yeah, so the way and that's the same as 3.5. So the way I would normally say this is you spend a round putting your bow away and drawing your weapons. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So another round goes by. It doesn't matter because there's nothing really critical here, but I just want to walk through the mechanics properly. So it's the fair expectation is set for everybody, right? So third round, nobody's woken up. You're not making any noise doing that. Third round, you walk over there and investigate. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and move your character over there. Use the Q so I can see what path you're walking. Like remember, you pick it up, hit Q, and then you can move it, and it'll show the movement, etc., etc. Okay. So when you make the last 5 feet of movement, you provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
And I'm not sure. Again, someone can correct me about sneak attack in 5e. But if I normally have concealment, and you can't see me directly, you're aware he's there, but you don't know where he is specifically, right? It's an unexpected attack out of the darkness. I'm able to sneak attack. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So what is the rogue ability in D&D 5e then for? Can you not sneak attack from concealment?
Yeah, but the attack from concealment's just a attack with advantage. I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Okay, I will attack with advantage. That makes sense to me. Totally. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. D20. Can you guys see my roll?
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah. So I didn't roll advantage, but that probably is sufficient to hit you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So while you're walking over there to investigate, out of the bushes leaps a rogue-looking dude who pokes at you. He goes straight for your eyeball if he can. You know, this is some sort of critical injury. And at you. So is there additional damage on a sneak attack? Yeah. So what is the additional damage from a rogue? Like an additional d6?
Yeah, it's a 1d6.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there you go. Beginning at first level, you know how to strike subtly. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 to a creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. Okay, cool. Anytime I have advantage, I can sneak attack. Okay. Yeah, it's totally cool. It's a dagger. His does 1d4 minus 1 plus 1d6. So I don't know if I can do them back to back. We're about to find out. I'm going to try to roll it all together, see what happens. Yeah, there we go. 9 points of damage. Yeah. He pops out of nowhere, stabs you hard. It hurts. It hurts. Hey,
Almost
that's
helped us with
1d4.
that.
I just want to make sure that's correct. That is 1d4 minus 1 plus 1d6, correct? I did that. That's actually worked. Okay. Yeah. So out of nowhere, this sneaky little goblin dude stabs you. And you can see in his other hand, he's carrying a pouch of something, probably something he's stolen off of somebody, just for what it's worth.
Okay. So
That's his action. You get to finish your action because I technically interrupted your action. So now you can finish your movement because you provoked when you moved, right? So you moved to where you were going to finish your movement, and then you get your attack on him.
Okay.
I rolled pretty well there. I think I rolled max damage on both dice. Yeah. Beast mode.
Jeez.
It's beast mode this rook because normally I wouldn't be treading in fear at 1d4 minus 1. No,
I-
no, that was last round. That's why I made sure to go walk through this. He absolutely has an attack. Swords were out last round. He's now moving this round, and he's going to check the bushes out. But he's moved. He could totally attack.
Yeah, so I have like full vision on this creature, right?
You do. Yeah, they're out from hiding, if that makes sense, immediately in front of you. Well, you'll be able to make a roll here momentarily. The combat has its own difficulty, and its combat is universally a DC difficulty to wake up to. And everyone will get a roll here as soon as Uglet gets to go.
Yeah, okay. So I'll finish my movement up to him.
Yeah.
And then I'll attack with one of my scimitars.
Yeah.
And then using my bonus action, I'll use Second Wind to regain 1d10 plus fighting level.
Okay. I'm not sure what second wind is. If you get a chance to post it in chat, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure.
21 absolutely hits him. 4 slashing damage seems to wound him significantly.
Alright, and then...
You have a limited stamina that you can draw on to protect yourself. On your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points. Is a bonus action like a free action? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so...
basically, but you get one.
Can you do like a move action, standard action, and a bonus action in the same round? Okay, thank you. So you need to roll 1d10 plus your fighter level, which is 1,
Yeah.
and use this feature to must finish a short or long rest before you can use it. So it's used for the day now. You won't be able to use this until you rest again now. Remember, because I gave you the hit points ahead of time. Yeah. So I did 9 damage. You healed 9 damage.
Nice.
Okay. So you look fine now. He looks significantly wounded. Everyone can make a perception roll. That'll wake up. Toxic wakes up. Vexus wakes up. Kusa sleeps. Kelsier wakes up. Yeah.
I mean, if you hear someone scream like that, it's like you don't need much.
So with their with these checks with its 2d20, is it taking the average of the two?
So just for the benefit, it's 5 to wake up in combat, plus 1 for every 10 feet. So just for how I got to my roll, the reason Kusa failed is Kusa actually needed a 6 or maybe even a 7 to wake up based on this distance. 5, 10, 6 to wake up. 5 plus 1 for 10 feet. And so all of you would have largely woken up, but just again for difficulties and for your guys' learning, right? That's how that roll worked.
Yep.
So not difficult to wake up to combat. Kusa came close. If Kusa was sleeping 5 feet closer, would have absolutely woken up. But he's a heavy sleeper, apparently. Okay, so everyone can now click on their character and then roll initiative, please, so that it goes into the turn order properly, or I'll make you re-roll till we get it right, because it's a lot of work for me to enter everyone's movements. Okay, and we can act. I'm just going to adjust the turn order here. We can act. I'm still missing a roll, right?
I can't click on my character for some reason.
Which character is this?
The calcium. I can't
Okay.
even like select them.
Let me delete this. Okay, so what I want you to do is go to the journal on the right-hand side, click on the Kelsier letters next to your icon, and drag the letters onto the map and put your character on there. I did it for you, and that's why.
Oh, okay.
So now you'll be able to click on your character, or click on your icon, then click on your initiative roll. Perfect. Okay, and I'll put you in initiative order. So this is the initiative order. Vexus, you go first. You'll get up as an action and move to Jeremy and wake him up. Okay. Okay. He can make another roll. I'd like him, Kusa, to click on his character sheet and roll initiative, please.
Okay. Oh wait, fuck. Give me a sec. I fucked up.
Count unless you click on your character anyway, because I'm not going to import him. So there you go, 12.7. It's going to be a rule, just because it's going to make my life easier anyway. So the rolls don't count until you've clicked on yourself. Okay, so he wakes up, and there is an initiative order. 16.16. So that is Kelsier.
Okay. Do we see the goblin? Or
You
is he,
do.
like, is he- okay.
Anyone with low light vision can see him. He's out of hiding. And
Okay.
If he hadn't been trying to hide, I never would have done the concealment. In darkness plus concealment, no problem. But he's now in combat, trying to dodge Uglet's nasty, vicious
Okay.
blows.
So I see Uglet took a pretty decent wound.
Nope,
I'm
he looks
gonna-
fine. Nope, Uglet looks
now
like
he's
he's a
healed?
champ. Yeah, the only one that looks injured is the goblin.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my short bow.
Yeah.
For one action, and then shoot at him.
So you're -1 to this roll because you are prone. You're laying down, right? You haven't got up for what it's worth, unless you tell me you're getting up.
Oh, okay. I'll get up. Alright, I'm prone. Oh,
Is it
is?
really?
Okay.
It's not it's not a move action? You got up as your move action and you moved to him, and then you woke him up. Yeah. No. Sorry, to be clear, you can absolutely get up as a move equivalent action.
Okay. So
you can ahead.
Standing up takes more effort. Doing so costs an amount of movement equal to half your speed.
Yeah. So 3.5, normally the way that would have been is a move action to stand up, and then your second action would have been technically been, even though it's a standard action, you would have used your standard action in 3.5 to move and wake him up. That's the way that would have worked normally. In this case, that I actually like this rule better because it makes more sense to me, because I never believed it should have been an entire move action to stand up. Totally fair. So I like this. Either which way, you moved
I'm
over,
allowed to get
you
up.
woke him up, he's up. So you can absolutely, quote unquote, use a move action for whatever movement you wish to move. You're getting up, which I guess is technically 10 feet of movement. Is that effectively the way we're treating that, guys?
Half. Yeah,
Oh,
so
15 feet of movement to get up. I understand. Yeah, 50% of your movement you have left, and then you can do whatever you like. I
Okay,
understand.
and then I'm gonna shoot him with my short bow.
Okay. Now, firing in a ranged weapon into melee, is there any negatives for that? He's within 5 feet of Uglet. Him and Uglet are fighting back to back, so he's firing into melee. Really?
yeah, so he gets an extra d6.
Oh. So he rolled twice, so his advantage is 13. So we're counting the 13 roll on this. Is this correct, guys? Okay. So AC 13 actually hits this guy. 7 will skewer him. You pin him to the tree.
Oh yeah.
Not that the 1d6 matters, but you're welcome to roll the 1d6 because I encourage you an overkill. Yeah. Well, he had 5. He had 5 hit
6.
points. So he definitely is dead.
Overkill.
Without a doubt. You arrow him through the eyeball, his giant oogly eyeball, and he drops the bag that he was carrying, and a large red gem drops out of it. Kelsey, you recognize the
A
gem.
large red gem. Can I have another action?
No,
You
because
have-
you got
like a
up.
move
You
action,
got
or
up, you pulled your bow, and you fired.
Okay.
That is your actions.
He has 15 feet still, right?
Do you guys wish to stay in combat for this? Is this important, Kelsey, to stay in combat?
No, I just
Stay
wanted
initiative?
to. Oh,
I know, but Kelsey, you recognize this gem, right? You
yeah.
know what I'm. You
I
know
want
what I'm
that
saying, right?
gem.
Yes, you do. You say something.
Bonus.
Like, does everyone see the gem?
Well, I mean, so the gem falls on the ground. You see it. It's there. Anyone who makes any kind of a reasonable perception check would probably see it.
Okay.
So you can assume most people have seen it. I'm not going to make everyone roll, but this is like a DC 5 perception check to see this beautiful glistening red gem on the ground at Uglet's feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll say like, oh, that's my gem.
Okay, that's my gem. Okay. Are you trying to be convincing or assertive? Are you threatening? Is it what?
Should be like convincing, like.
Okay, so you want to make like maybe like some sort of a charisma persuasion type deal, or like empathy. What are you trying to invoke?
Yeah,
I'm listening to you.
like as if he robbed me, like that's my gem.
Let's roll a charisma check and see how how you come across. Unless you're trying to be deceptive or hide something, you're simply just stating ownership over it. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, and I will give you advantage. By the way, I was going to say that ahead of time, but for what it's worth, you take the advantage half of this roll. You're very convincing. You all feel bad that, particularly Uglet, I'm going to say, feels especially bad that you were on watch and one of your traveling companions was robbed. Supposedly, I mean, granted, you were there fighting the guy. So Uglet, you might want to do some spin doctoring on, oh, I saw him take it, or however you want to, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll throw this to Uglet to how you want to play that off. What do you do there?
Yeah, so this is like right after I hear him say that it's his gem, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're just about to go. You're literally the guy that goes next, and you would have totally smoked this guy. You had him, and you know you had him, by the way, for what it's worth, right? Like, you had him. And it sucks everyone woke up, because if you'd have done him, you could have just about killed him in one round, quite frankly. You knew you had him in trouble, right? You look fine. You look totally untouched. The gem's now dropped at your feet. Kelsey's like, oh, that's my gem. And you feel bad, because you're like, shit, I probably should have been here, right? Like, there's a little bit of guilt, right? So what do you do?
Yeah, I tell him, oh, sorry about that. My stubby little legs couldn't quite keep up with him. I was chasing him for a little while. Thanks for getting him, though. And I try to pick up the gem for him to give back to him.
Does anyone else, other than Kelsey or Uglet, want to somehow get involved in this interaction, or should I just let the two of them play it down?
I'll let him play it out.
They can
Okay.
play it out.
Cool. So Kelsey, this is what Uglet does. Again, I'm going to say your character. Is there sense motive in this? There isn't really, is there?
Sorry.
Sense motive?
Perception, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's so it used to be. I'll call it perception. It used to be a wisdom check, so we'll say perception. Sure. So you can make a perception check on how believable it is with Uglet, and I'll tell you why. You're predisposed to be possessive and overly irritable about the potential loss of this, right?
Okay.
And so this is about how much you're going to show your hand, if that makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying? And,
Perception check.
do you believe this guy? You know what I mean? Yeah, and you're going to get advantage when it comes to the gem. Every roll to do with the gem, for what it's worth. I mean, unless I expressly state otherwise, you're always advantaged. Okay, so you catch yourself not barking and not losing control a little bit because you're irritable about it, right?
Yeah.
And he seems genuine, but you're snappy over it. You're testy over it, and you even can tell yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so instead of snapping at him, you have the capacity to act in a whatever more rational manner you choose. So what do you do about it?
I'm gonna like say thanks for.
You're gracious.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
accept it
yeah,
back graciously, and more importantly, what this comes down to is you've read him correctly, which has allowed you to control your own emotion in this moment, right? And so you haven't. Like, if you had reacted strongly, the rest of the party then would have been making perception checks against you and gone, "That's really odd, right? Like, this guy's
Yeah.
overreacted to that, right? He's super possessive. It's oddly possessive, right? And you could have tipped your hand in that moment, and you didn't because you managed to see through that, if that makes sense, right? Yourself. So no problem. And I'm assuming Ugly, you kind of pick the gem up and just give it back to Kelsey or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just pick it up and just walk over to him, hand
Cool.
it back.
Yeah, and it's hard. I want to say this to Kelsey again. There's self-control here when Ugly picks this thing up and brings it towards you.
Yeah.
Right?
Looking at his stubby fingers.
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's a challenge. This is a test of your self, and you do keep control of yourself, but you can feel it. You could totally feel it. Anyway, you feel so much better when this comes back to you. You feel like way better and thankful and grateful, and like, you know what I mean. And so,
Yeah.
Do you say anything to Uglet, or do you do anything afterwards?
Yeah. Thanks. And then I pocket it and then ask him if he's okay.
All right. So both Uglet and Kelsier can add themselves an inspiration point for that interaction.
Thanks.
Yeah. And those can be spent by you guys, right? Later on. Have you guys spent inspiration before? You know how that works?
I didn't
I
give it
don't
to
know
him.
how that works.
Yeah, so this is like correct me if I'm wrong. Nathan, have you used inspiration before? Anyone used inspiration?
No.
Okay, so maybe Nathan, give the 10-second rundown. I'm going to go grab a quick drink here. But the idea of inspiration is you can spend these points if you role play, if you play your character to your character and you get these extra points, you can spend them later to modify the outcome of like a roll, or you need a plus or something. Correct, Nate? Yeah. So it's a point for point. You know, you needed AC 14 and you got 2 inspiration and you rolled a 12 and you're like, I really need to hit this guy, or I really need to make that save. And I'm more inclined to use them or see people use them when it fits the nature or their meaning of their character. Do you know what I mean? Like Kelsier's more inclined to use inspiration if it's related to the gem, for instance. You know what I mean? Like there's an extra drive in your character, or like for instance, Uglet might be more inclined when he's fighting some rich noble. He's like, screw that guy. He stabs him in the heart. You know, it just is a little harder. You know what I mean? Sticks the knife in a little bit harder, right? Yeah, it gives you advantage. Sorry, there you go. Yeah, thank you. So not for sneak attack though. I'm not going to let that be abused. But effectively, well, but just you can get the benefit of the extra roll. So yeah, is that cool? Okay, so this dude, some little sneaky rogue-looking goblin dude, dressed up pretty well. Quite honestly, he is hard to see. He's naturally hard to see. He's darker skinned. He's like a gray goblin. He is darker skinned than the other goblins you saw before. Clearly, snuck into the camp, and as far as and you guys go through your own gear and check everything, the only thing that was missing was the gem. So,
How heavy is the gem?
it's a good sized gem. I'm gonna say it's large. It's big enough that like you can hold it in 2 hands. No, this is like a 2 pounds, but large. That's physically large stone. It's not. Yeah. It's as large. Let's say it's not the same size and shape as a softball. Let's say, but it's the size of a softball. But it's more flatter and rectangular. So it'd be more like take a softball, squish it in half. You know, it's half the height but twice the width, basically, and more gem shaped, right?
Okay.
So it's a rectangular looking red ruby that's huge. It's massive. It's bigger than when you saw it. Yeah, when you first saw Kelsier, it's the largest gem you've ever seen in your life. And in fact,
Yeah.
it's the largest gem that anyone's ever here seen in their lives. And now they've all seen it.
Okay.
And everyone just
So
seems
how much does
chill.
it weigh?
2 pounds?
2 pounds.
Okay.
So we're out of combat now.
We are. Yeah.
Okay. Am I able to do something?
Sure. Yeah.
I tell Uglet, good job for killing that black, disgusting animal. That's it.
I'll respond while holding back a little bit of rage that the noble has talked to me. Oh, why, thank you.
Nice.
There you go. Benascus, once again, he's
Little
like
tongue click.
he seems so flattered by the fact that you paid attention to him, that you deigned to give him moments of your attention. You recognize the validation of the lesser folk, how much they need that kind of stuff in order to feel like they're worth something on this earth. So you've done a good deed today, Ben.
Oh. I was just trying to be racist.
That's right. The validation of the lesser folk. They need it. This is the highlight of their existence. I was just going to reset the, because I put an aura on the one guy. I was just trying to figure out which guy I put the aura on.
I'm gonna get some water real quick.
Yeah, Ben, can you fix me a drink? As I was going to take a break for that.
Yeah, I can.
All right. Okay, next day, you guys get up. Tom was awake, by the way. He just lays there. You can see him oddly kind of just keeping an eye on things a little bit. He's quiet.
He hired people.
So, and he'll answer that very directly. He's like, I don't waste my spells on these lesser encounters. You'll see very clearly. You'll see very clearly at some point on this trip, without a doubt, what I'll expend my energy on. The whole reason for your existence is to keep me from having to expend that energy when not necessary. He flips you a gold coin if you say that. Okay.
God.
Yeah, take it back. No problem. You're above the wages. No problem. Okay, you guys pack all your stuff up, travel the next day. You've traveled a fair bit here. I'm gonna see if I can load up my other. Give me 2 seconds here, because I gotta.
But that wasn't a goblin. That was an actual rogue, or was it like a roguish goblin?
It was a rogue goblin.
Okay.
It was a goblin gone rogue. Nothing wrong with that, guys. They exist. It's one
Just
of those
like-
things like it's not super deadly or something, but could mess you up at the wrong day. Like you listen, that was a monster 9 poke in the
Oh, with
eyeball.
one shot me.
Yeah. As legit.
No, I have 12 health. Oh,
Full,
okay.
full badassery. Okie doke. I'm just gotta load this their map in here, so just bear with me like another minute here, guys.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna go
guys-
call myself some coke.
Eat up briefly. Travel. Everyone's remembered their spells. Everything's all sorted, right? Interesting enough, I didn't think about that. The gem got dropped in the bag originally, and Ugly ended up picking up the bag, even though the bag had fallen beside the gem. Thank you. He didn't really, technically, not that everyone thinks about it that way, but he didn't really handle the gem. He handled the bag that holds the gem, for what it's worth. Fixing a map here. Boop, boop, boop.
I was gonna like yell at him to not pick it up.
No, that's not a fight. It's great. Worked out well. Ugly's too ugly for the gem to worry about, anything.
Oh, it's just like real life. It only goes for the attractive.
That's right. It's a hater. The gem's a hater. Yeah.
Uh, 3. Yeah, like 16.
Okay, so you guys travel. You go from a forested area to an open plains area, and you're cutting across the landscape for it. And most of you, when you're on the roads, most of you have been fairly familiar with the road area. But once you get off the roads, it's a little different than you're used to say the least. Just gotta. I'm gonna see if this works. So bear with me a second here, guys. I'm gonna show you the map, and then I'm gonna see if you guys can see the grid on it. So just see if this works. Boom. You see a different map now?
Yep.
Is it too light? There's only one grid.
Nice.
Okay, can you drag your characters onto here and line them up to the grid? Okay. Everyone want to drag their characters on down at this bottom corner right here? Beast mode. That's Tom standing in the back. Okay. So you guys travel onto this edge of the map, and right away, everyone can make a perception check. Again, you're traveling across, you're actually headed towards a base of mountains. Everyone can make a perception check. I'm looking for 15s.
I got 17.
Everyone who makes over 10 can tell there's a large figure standing in the distance over by the other trees, which I'll throw in there in a second. Everyone who makes over a 15 can tell immediately it's a giant. It's not just a large creature. And we will see how this goes. You can, once you've done your perception check, everyone who rolled higher than 15 can click on their character and can operate a surprise round. You can still have surprise rounds in 5e. Yeah. Okay.
What's a surprise round?
Yeah. So surprise round is an at round where you can take a standard action only. There's no move and standard. It's just simply a single action, if that makes sense. So, for instance, you could draw your bow and attack, but you can't move. And is there 5-foot steps in 5e? Yeah, I didn't think so. Right, I forgot about that. Okay, so click on your character and roll your initiative, please.
Oh wait, I need to move my character on the thing.
Everyone?
Everyone can roll, but only people above 15 are going to be advantaged then.
Can I make my perception real quick because I?
Yep, totally.
So before we get into combat, am I allowed to say something?
Yep, absolutely.
I tell Vexus that it's a giant, and I relay the information.
You say it's a giant, some sort of creature. It is large, very large.
Oh wait. Oops.
So the value of this map, for what it's worth, okay? Actually, this kind of fucks up Uglet. I'm going to actually, what did Uglet roll for perception? Okay. You did an excellent roll, Uglet, so I will let it go. However, you're actually disadvantaged because the elevation of this wall is actually higher than you. And if Uglet stands behind this wall is about 4 feet high. Basically, you can't even see over it. And for the benefit of whoever wishes to stand behind this wall, it will grant you cover. Okay. Equally so, like if you're not making some kind of ranged attacks or whatever, or if I had somebody who's small standing on this side of the wall, they would get cover from you. This particular creature here, however, is not small. It's quite large. So for the benefit of everyone who got over 15, on your action, you get advantage. Is that how this is working, Nate? Okay. So you see a giant creature in the distance. Briefly, for the cases of people who rolled higher than 15, you notice it before it notices you. Everyone who didn't roll higher than 15. By the way, the 15, again, all perception checks are the base perception plus range. And so as two bodies move towards each other, if one rolls a slightly higher perception check than the other, in theory, it notices, the one party notices the other slightly earlier, is the idea, right? So everyone who got higher than 15 noticed the giant before the giant noticed you guys, and everyone who got less than that, you all know each other at the same time. So the people who were higher than 15 are who? Who was higher than 15? Okay, so both of you guys get advantaged on range attacks from now, basically. I mean, you can't get to them immediately.
Wait, I think I rolled above 15 too. I got 17, 12.
Yep, 17 counts.
Okay.
So you get advantage in that you see the giant before it sees you when it's your turn. So shouldn't it go that they get to go in order first then? Oops. I just fucked that up. Okay, here we go. Blue, blue, blue. Let me try this out now. Add. Okay. So everyone who gets it, everyone who made their perception check gets to act in an advantaged manner because you see it before it sees you. So technically, it's flat-footed to you, if that makes sense, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start with initiative order. Kusa goes first. So it looks like it's kind of semi-barreling towards you guys. Tom immediately starts casting a spell, and you can make a spellcraft you want to know what he's casting.
Okay, I'm gonna move 20 feet to the wall.
Yep.
And then just one sec, I'm not actually moving, I'm just gauging range. Okay. And then I'm going to fire at it from 65 feet with my longbow.
Yep.
Okay.
And so
oh,
what's
it's not
the
my turn.
range? Is there ranged issues there?
150, 320 is
Okay.
the
Perfect.
You grab your character and press Q, and then move the. Oh.
There is on the left, there's artwork if you wish to use like freehand polygon line. So below the objects, there's like draw shape, circle, freehand, and then there's polygon line.
I just use my character with Q.
But you can draw a line using that. I can.
So because I have advantage here, right?
If you got higher than 15, yes.
Okay, so
I
it's
think
the
Uglit still
20,
has to move,
it's the
though, right?
23 to hit, right? Does that hit?
I think Uglit still has to move, though, right?
The first person who's Kusa gets to move. And if Kusa, that's the highest initiative. And if Kusa has an advantage, sees the giant, for the giant sees Kusa. So can attack him flat-footed.
Okay.
I made my roll.
So does 23 hit?
23, 1 second here. 23 does hit. 1 second here. And clangs off the armor.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
it's a big boy.
Who's next?
Hey, I let you guys get to like level 2 or 3 before I threw a giant at you guys. The majority.
You get the sense that if you were to crawl into nose-to-nose melee with this creature, it would go poorly for you at this stage. And the ranged and attack from a distance type model might go better for you as a helpful piece of free DM advice.
We should just charge in.
Oh, also, are each of these separate creatures?
Also,
Okay.
Uglit, it's your turn, by the way.
Right, so Dan, how are you gonna do like advantage with disadvantage? Like say I
Cancel
do
each other out. If you're advantaged and disadvantaged, you just roll regular.
okay. Just checking.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, since range attacks don't seem to do anything. Yeah, I'll just go up to Kusa and I'll just use the help action to give him advantage on his next attack.
That's not a. This is coming up in a second. I'm just working on my stuff. This is not something to worry about. This most recent thing.
Oh,
I know. I just need
bigger.
it summoned on the map. I'm just. This is gonna get summoned into combat, and it's on your side, so don't stress about it.
It's what Talm was summoning in. Okay. Now it's my turn, right? So
It is. Yeah. Whoever's next.
I move right here, and then I cast Firebolt.
Oh no, gigantic.
Let me
was
see
next.
if I have.
It's Ben because he's off.
Oh, I have the
The what?
I have advantage, right? Because I rolled
Oh,
above
yeah.
15.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I move here and I cast Firebolt at the dude here, and then let me just
Which
go to
dude?
my at the
Dang it.
this guy right here.
Okay. Yeah.
the,
Sure.
the big dude.
Yeah. Take him out with your
Okay.
firebolt. What's the range of your firebolt?
120.
All right. You barely make it.
It's like
65 feet.
yeah. And I rolled as well.
But Tom is gone, by the way. Just for what it's worth, actually, this thing's been summoned. I just didn't add him on the initiative order, and I should have. Oops. I fucked up there. Tom.
So do we see these little things? These little things around the.
There's little things
Okay.
flying around him. Absolutely. So do you have to do a ranged touch attack to hit him?
I already did. 16. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. 23 and then 7 fire.
Yeah. So does my AC deflect off of a spell as well? It's the same thing, right? Just bounces off my armor. Yeah.
Oh
Bounces
really?
off his armor.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Oh, I did.
hard.
I thought an arrow versus like magic would be different, but yeah, my bad. Okay.
Yeah. It hits him. It's a hit. It's a legit hit. It just goes off his armor.
Yeah, and does
Okay.
nothing. Okay.
It moves. Boom, 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 boom to there. This creature is here. These things who go on its initiative also kind of sort of hover around it, but look like they could peel off. They've got giant needle-looking beaks on them. So, uglet-sized beaks.
God.
So actually, they can go further too, for what it's worth. Goes to there. Goes to they double move. Goes to there. This one goes to here. There you go. And actually, technically, when it moves past there, it provokes, and this thing swallows it whole. That's what it does with its attack of opportunity. It moved past it, though. So this thing looks like a giant, shadowy-looking cat with tendrils that poke out of its body, and one of the tendrils just whips out and smokes this thing in one shot as it tries to go past. What's that? You can. Yes, you can. What's the DC? 15 plus level, plus hit dice? The DC on Arcana is 15 plus the hit dice of the creature to determine what it is. Oh, nice. So you would absolutely know this creature if it was 4 or 5 hit dice. It is more than a 5 hit dice creature. No. And you would absolutely know, and it is some sort of shadow cat. I am done. Next person. Who's this? Vexus. What do you do? Yeah. The Sturge. You know what a Sturge is? See if I can share a picture of a Sturge. I will put it in Discord to see if I can do this. Pacifist. How do I? Is this the group? Am I in the group here? Just a second. Is JG Bob the last person that posted in our group chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I okay to post there? Yeah. There you go. That's what it looks like. This thing that you're shooting at.
Oh, it looks like a Floridian.
So you firebolt it. What AC do you hit? Okay. It misses it. Although you were close. Okay. And you move it all or you're done? Okay. Kelsier?
Okay. I'm going to move over here and then shoot it with my longbow or my short bow.
What do you shoot at?
This
Okay.
guy.
Sturge. Yep. Yeah, that hits. You do 4 damage to it. Hit points. You kill it instantly.
Oh,
Boom. Yeah. Okay. Who's next? Kusa.
I'm gonna. Okay, this isn't a forest still, is it? Or is it still
Plains.
a forest?
The
Planes?
map's
Okay.
literally called Plains.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the Sturge with my longbow.
Yeah. All right, you miss. Next, who's next up? Uglet.
Alrighty. So are we aware that this creature's like kind of on our side, or are we just assuming that because he ate one of the
Oh, and it
sturges?
summoned, and it took a couple steps towards these guys. It came from your side and headed towards the giant, the shadow cat you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did this thing's called again? Sturge?
Yeah. Stay off the Google. Don't do it. Don't ruin it for yourself.
No, I just want to keep a track of how many I've killed.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Alright.
Yeah. This is
So,
a special type of sturge. It's not just a general sturge for what it's worth. They're very similar, but not the same for what it's worth. So, anyway, what do you do there, Uglet?
yeah. Also, how low are these things flying? The sturges.
10 feet off the ground, kind of a deal.
Oh, okay. I'll just move as far as I can go, and then I'll just take the ready action.
Okay. Ready for what?
Like ready. So if somebody if like the surges come within my field, then I'll be able to attack them.
Okay. You feel a little bit naked out there. This is a big giant looking dude. It's going to barrel on you here next round. You're just saying. But it's ballsy. I'll give it for the small stature you've got. You've definitely got man-sized balls. For what it's worth. Okay, I understand. If you can attack something within range, you will. Okay, this creature will absolutely fly to here, and let's roll a D2. What do you want? Even or odds there, Kusa?
I want odds.
Evens. Benji, this thing takes a bite at you. Just
Okay.
looking here. Just okay. The ace, not 20, potential critical.
Wow.
Can I crit? I can crit, right? What do I got to roll to crit? Confirm? Automatically? I don't need to confirm? Like, I don't have to roll a second time to hit the AC a second time that confirms the critical?
Mm,
Oh, okay, cool. That's how the regular 3.5 works. And you just got crit by a sturge.
Right.
So its needle jabs into you and
I think so.
sucks blood from you.
Not much at all. 6. Yeah.
So I do
We'll
double
see.
damage?
All right.
Eesh. Eesh. Okay, this is bad. Automatically double damage? That's done.
don't you just roll twice?
Unfortunate.
For
All right, let's see the roll. Let's see if I'm out,
Okay,
boys.
this is the first half of the damage.
Okay. All right. All right. Wow.
Yeah, its beak goes into you, and it immediately starts sucking blood from you, and you feel your life force being dramatically drained.
Okay.
It's a fairly feeble creature, but yeah, this is an unpleasant experience to say the least.
Yeah.
So there you
I'm
go.
immobilized on the ground.
This creature moves up till here, and it rolls. I'll just roll outside of the group. Boop, doop, doo. Okay.
Mhm.
You witness the giant make multiple attacks on the shadow cat, hitting it multiple times. It looks like any one of these attacks would be instantly fatal to you guys. Okay, next person. Benji.
I'm knocked. How do I do that? Next to my attacks. Okay, where am I? Sorry, where are my attacks? What is this? I don't understand. Okay.
What's that sound for?
I'm streaming. Okay, what do I do? Okay, this. Where's my attacks? I don't know what it is. Tell me there. I always just go here and click it. Okay. Death saves. Okay, this right here. Okay. I never use Firebolt from there. I always go to my spells area.
Oh,
so.
cool. So what does that death save mean, Nate? What does that mean? 16's a pretty good roll. Yeah. Sweet. You survive, Ben. So he's knocked. Can he take a 5-foot step, or can he do anything, or he's just gonna?
No, I'm unconscious. Done.
Okay. Okay. This is the creature takes. So Tom moves up here to there, and he will cast a bolt of electricity that will shoot the large giant creature. And he kind of he yells over to Kusa, actually. Hey, you guys okay over there?
I'm gonna reply, not really.
Okay. Vexus, your turn. Okay. Hit, and you kill it. You hit it the first attack, and you kill it. It only has 2 hit points. Yeah, they're not doing a ton of damage, but they're glass cannons. So the only reason Ben got in trouble is because I credited him.
And the fact I have 6 HP, but yeah.
Yeah, I was a nasty little deal there. So all the Sturges are gone. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, good job. Kelsier.
I'm gonna move up. Over here, and then shoot Gigantor with my short bow.
What's your plus in your Sherpo? Just curiosity.
+5.
Okay. You are, but basically all of you are looking for near crit level hits to hit this creature. +5 doesn't even hit its armor.
Okay.
So, for what it's worth. Kusa. You got a buddy laying there dying next
I'm
to
gonna
you.
resuscitate Ben.
Okay. You don't know what you're doing. There's only one roll he gets. That's it. Okay, Uglet, your turn. You're up there. You feel like you could tank this guy.
I'm feeling lucky. I'm curious. Am I able to take the help action for Tom?
I don't know how that works on spellcasting. Can you give him advantage by helping him?
Like an allied creature.
Yeah. I mean, he blasted him pretty good. It hit. He looks well situated. You think if you wanted to help somebody, you might want to give another person in your party, for instance, advantage so that they have a better chance of hitting. You do know, just for starters, I'm going to tell you guys, you do know the AC 23 doesn't, it comes close to hitting him, but it doesn't actually hit him, which means you guys need to be aiming for at least a 24 now, right? So you got to look at your pluses and go, what do I got to roll? And, 5%, 10%, whatever.
You have to hit.
So I don't know what everyone's pluses are, but I do see that Kelsier has got a +5, so he's got a fair chance of hitting.
She could help me.
Just saying that Tom doesn't seem to have too much difficulty hitting, but somebody else could do some genius. Yeah. Yeah.
Or distracted?
Distract it, do it.
The idea of helping your ally is you distract the creature they're trying to attack, right?
The help action, like, is just in the quick reference thing. It's the target creature gains advantage on the next ability. Oh wait, shit. Yeah, like I take the help action to like help Tom with his next attack roll. Well, I also just go under him. Just hunker down.
You can't
Or you
necessarily
can help me.
share his space. And quite honestly, he's got no problem hitting. If you're going to help somebody, help one of your own party members, honestly. Yep, so move there. Strategically relocate. But the giant was within 5 feet of being able to swing at you, just for what it's worth, just so you know.
Yeah, and I'll just take the help action to to help Julian Norther.
Tom will let off a beam of fire lands on the giant's head as it smote. The shadow cat sticks at least one tentacle into the giant, wraps around its leg as they basically seem to struggle. They're similarly sized. The shadow cat, if for anyone, actually, Nathan, you're a kind of checker. You can tell that creature is blinking. Do you know what the blink spell is? Yeah, it blinks naturally. You guys ever seen Avatar?
Yes.
My Airbender?
You know the
No, the
shadow
blue
cat
people, right?
from Avatar?
The blue
movie
people.
Avatar? The blue people, yeah, the blue.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Blue people.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, the giant looks like it has some difficulty hitting the thing because it's blinking so much. Ben,
Mm-hmm.
what do you do?
Oh.
How many
Okay.
successes does he need to stay alive?
I got a 3, guys.
How exciting. Is there nobody in the party that can cast healing spells? Cure Light Wounds can heal him. You can't heal someone who's not stabilized? No, that's not can't be right. Because normally you just heal people. If I'm -4 hit points and you cast Cure Light Wounds and I got 8 hit points, I go from -4 to +4. Boom, I'm alive. I gotta look that up. We'll run it this way, but I disagree. I think it's got to be better than that. I know that's what I'm wondering. Is like nobody has Cure Light Wounds. Nobody can cast a heal spell in the entire party. Some sadness here, guys. You're gonna get smoked. Okay, Gigantor. Boom. Boom. Yeah, boom. Kills the Shadow Cat. Okay.
What?
Vex, it's your turn. Yeah, figured. Okay, Vex, it's your turn. Nate. Can't help, help Ben stabilize. So go ahead, help stabilize. You would have done that. You're just distracted looking up stuff for me. It's no problem. Yep. 12 is better than 10. So that's the second stabilization for Ben, right? That's what that counts as? Okay. Ben is stable. That's cool. I'm down with that. Okay, Kelsier. You are advantaged on your next roll. Thanks to Uglet.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot Gigantor.
Okay. You're advantaged. 23 hits his armor. You can totally tell, like, you're like right near the crack too. Like you're like right there.
So close.
Yeah. And there's a couple of these, right? Because I think this is the second time you've rolled 23. It's
He
dead.
died. He one-shot him.
No, it was 2-shot, technically speaking. Technically, this guy does 3 attacks around. So the shadow tech took 5 attacks. Kusa.
I'd like to sort of sneak over here. Is there a movement nerf for sneak, Nate? Okay. I'll move 35 feet to the right and fire my longbow.
Okay. Why would you move and then fire? If you were trying to stay out of sight, wouldn't you fire then move? And then it doesn't know where you fired from? Just saying.
I moved then fired, so then I'm shooting at a position that's other than my teammates. Like I don't want to fucking draw it into my team.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, have at her.
Ooh, not 20.
You hit. You hit. Yeah, critical hit. You guys just double it? Is that what you do? I'm easy. As long as we apply one rule evenly for everybody all the time. So do we want to do the roll twice rule? Or do we want to do just double the damage roll? Does everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 18 damage. Boom. You kill it.
Oh, sick.
Well, it took 2 spells plus 5 attacks times 2 rounds from the Shadow Cat. So, well, you did. I described that, but yeah, you did. Kusa just one-shot it.
Oh,
Pretty
let's go.
epic. That was a great shot, by the way, Kusa. For what it's worth, 18. So, no big deal. Psh, see? Easy. Easy EL9 encounter. Easy.
I almost died.
So how much XP are we getting, boys? Come on.
No XP.
This is a
Storyline.
milestone. You see this? Look what we just thrown at us.
Ben survives. Okay, interestingly
First
enough,
death milestone.
Kusa, where you are, exactly where you are, make a perception check.
Okay.
Kusa and only Kusa.
Looks like a cave entrance there.
Oh.
Kusa,
Got it.
out of 10, only because it's immediately in front of you, you feel a draft from the darkness of what this looked like was a wall and a bit of a burrow or a hole into the ground.
Can I move inside?
You totally can.
Yo.
Can I do a stealth check while moving inside to become unseen to potential
Absolutely
threats?
can.
Bro, let
Yeah.
us know. What is this?
Chaotic good, my guy. True.
You sneakily disappear. Everyone else in the party can make a perception check. It's +1 for the difficulty of the range on top of Kusa's difficulty of his roll.
Oh. Oh, I thought I just got saved. Sorry. Oh, okay.
Oh god.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's horrific. Okay. Okay, I know. But the thing is, I didn't see the little bug things at first. That's why I literally asked, are these like bad things? Like I didn't know what they were. I didn't even know that there were things. I thought it was just like part of the map. And then they started flying over, and I was like, oh, like they're bad guys. Okay.
You guys can resolve your own rolls. Does anyone spot Kusa at all?
I think Kelsier should.
Yeah, I'm like across the map, so I probably wouldn't.
Oh, and he doesn't have a line of sight either. Oh, okay.
Hey Ben, did you roll a d4?
A D4? No.
Because once you stabilize, it's like how many hours you're unconscious for.
Oh. Okay, I'll do that. Sick. Yeah.
That's like a nat 20 for a 1d4.
Yeah, think
Pretty
about
cool.
your awesome, successful roll there.
Okay.
You're
So
not
for
feeling
4 hours, I'm just like unconscious. Sounds good.
That's all right. Tom comes over and he'll whip out a wand that he arcanely uses, but casts a cleric spell off of. You can tell that he's got some artificer-like experience. Does that make you feel better?
Oh, I feel neutral. Same thing as before.
I feel neutral. I feel nothing. You're totally back alive and kicking. What would you like to do?
Just chill with Vexus and be like, holy shit, I almost fucking died. I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you guys can. The giant? No, you're not going to do that. What are you talking about? Why would you do that? It's nothing. It's got giant metal armor and a giant two-handed sword and a bag of rocks, none of which you're strong enough to even move.
What if you cut open his arm and start like digging for stuff?
For taking his bones,
Yeah.
shove them into weapons.
If we all pick up the sword.
I'm used the entire buffalo kind of guy. What the fuck? Where do you guys even come up with some of these things? It's hilarious. I'm just trying to get my map dimensions accurate here. So sorry, guys. Just bear with me 2 minutes.
What about the Sturges? Do they have any loot on them?
They have no loot.
My right click does not do that.
Oh, my right click does? Oh yeah, except it also moves the map.
Mine just moves the map.
Yeah, mine only moves
Yeah,
the map.
yeah, you just have to like hold left click and then tap right click each time you want to make a turn.
Oh,
Oh.
that's weird.
Oh, if you like click on your character first. Okay. I thought you just meant like only right click, and I was like, I know. Okay.
Well, you guys notice Koos is absolutely missing. So
What? It's up top.
so what?
I'm pinging it.
It's up here, Nathan.
Your character's right here, bro.
It's like in the middle of the field up top.
Yeah. Nathan, can you see my character right now? What? Oh. I see it, yeah. So we noticed that Kusa's missing.
Everyone can make a roll to notice Koos is missing, but you don't know where Kusa went. So that's the
Okay.
situation. That's the
it's
situation.
perception.
Yeah, so you guys kind of wander over there and start investigating. Is it like okay? Summon companion. Yeah.
Guys,
I want to ask Ben what it was like to get sucked by the giant thing.
Sucked.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that sucking was real nice. I'm not gonna lie.
it's
It
the best sucking experience he's ever had. You have no idea. You haven't been sucked until you've been sucked to death by a sturge. It's the standard of sucking. I don't know, what was it like, Ben? Describe it.
You know, I was just chilling, and then all of a sudden I started getting sucked, and you know, it was a different kind of feeling. You know, one I've never felt before. And you know, if I could do it again, I would do it again. That's it. It was busting on God. For real, no cap.
What the fuck? Oh, you guys. Okay, so how many rounds would you guys say you're behind your missing companion? To be fair,
I wanted to, yeah.
is that cool with everybody? Kusa, is that cool with you?
Yeah, sure.
You're not super worried about being on your own for like 5-6 rounds?
No, not at all.
He did a sneak roll, I know, to leave us. Like what?
Yeah, if I die, I don't feel bad for myself, bro. Good.
To be fair, that is actually a fairly fair statement at this point. You could have. Oh, son of a! To keep moving this map off my grid. Sorry, guys, I'm right there. It's like 2.2 seconds. The grid's not necessarily line up here perfectly, so just deal. Layer, map layer.
Shiloh buff, yeah, bro.
Okay, so let's do it here. Boop, boop, boop. I'll move the players over to here. So, there you go.
Interesting.
You appear here. So, Kusa, you can put your character right there.
Oh,
Sorry,
it's only
map
Kusa?
layer.
Oh my bad.
Layer. Yeah, I was trying to work with that stuff and it's just not. Here we go. Problem is I can't snap the thing to the proper grid. It's the issue I'm having. I might try widening it.
Yeah, me neither.
We can't. It keeps snapping to the grid is the problem for me. So we'll get close enough. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm learning how to use this tool. So bear with me, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So you go into this thing. It is dimly lit. You're an elf, so you can actually see okay in here. You can clearly see what appears to you to be some kind of that's what you'll call it, sarcophagus up here. So do you turn around and go back for help, or do you carry on like it's no big deal?
I'm just gonna like move right here to see like what's in this room to my right.
Okay. There is actually some kind of natural running water you can hear there to your right, although you can't quite make it out. It could be dripping water, running water, or well, but you hear the sounds of running water, but you can't quite see it. And some sort of maybe pool of water over there.
I want to go take a sip.
Okay. So everyone else now can place themselves on the steps. Tom is busy.
Oh no, I'm not. Wait, I don't know what I'm at.
He's very curious. So by the way, just for what it's worth for you guys, Tom was up top collecting parts off of these creatures up top. Yeah, and the giant.
I thought there was nothing there.
Yeah, this is high-level spell reagents and stuff. Usa, you go drink from the well, which it is a well. It's a water pool, and you go over there. And if you wish to drink from it, you by all means are allowed to drink from it. I would appreciate a
Can I make a
fortitude save. What would this be now? A Constitution save. Yeah.
Immediately after, can I do a perception check inside the well?
We're still stuck in the play stupid games, win stupid prizes mode. So you gotta
Oh,
get out of
okay,
that
okay,
first.
okay.
Okay. You immediately feel violently and perilously ill. You probably have never actually been this sick in your life, quite frankly. This might be bordering on death. This could possibly be the end of you. You certainly are unwell, and you recognize almost immediately you need to seek immediate medical care.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys come in.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Um.
Okay,
All right.
everyone head up there.
I run over to Kusa
You don't know
and
who this is.
oh, you're right. Okay. I fair. Okay. I follow behind Nathan.
Can I inspect the walls and stuff for traps?
Actually, there's no traps. It's
Okay.
bone and mortar in stone.
Okay.
So there's like bone arms and layers of bone in some sort of cast in place liquid type stone with rocks and bone, skulls, etc. Actually, anyone got knowledge religion?
I'm a priest.
Yeah. So Shar, who was talking? Who's a follower of Shar?
Kelsey.
Yeah. Okay. You can make a knowledge religion check with a +2. It's not Shar, but you'll make a plus.
Okay.
Yep, so that's
Ooh.
21 because I gave you a +2. So you immediately recognize this is some kind of shrine to some sort of lesser deity of death or undeath.
Okay.
And the first thing it says about is, as you're well aware with deities, is like certainly shrines to them are the kinds of things you do not want to fuck with, or they often will bestow their gifts upon you. That's the best way to put it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just for what it's worth, right? This is not the kind of place you would choose to defile or mess around with for fear of whatever the long-term consequences are for that.
All right, can I tell everyone that maybe they should be careful?
By all means, you totally can. In fact, as you're saying, hey, everyone should be careful, you hear some heaving and coughing and gagging in the background, echoing through the halls somewhere behind you. Hey, you were like, hey, everyone should be careful. And you hear this. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, is this like it's
Do we
an
all hear
ode?
it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we start
that
running around and we
seething?
see this other hallway.
Yeah,
We see
there's Kusa has not made it 5 feet from the well, who can barely bring himself from his knees on the ground as he's heaving up everything inside of him. Well, there's this beautiful fountain of black, murky water in the background.
Okay. I tell Kusa he's retarded, and I ask him if
Anyone?
he drank from the well.
What kind of language does everyone speak?
Common.
Everyone speaks common.
I know I
but-
speak abyssal and undercommon.
Oh,
Undercommon.
Oh,
Boom.
absolutely.
Done. Who speaks abyssal and undercommon? Who's that?
Kelsey.
Kelsier. Holy smokes. So literally in undercommon is on the well is written the words kiss me and I will kiss you back, queen of death.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I look at Kusa who's like coughing in pain, and I point that out to him and explain to him how obvious it is on the well.
Okay.
He seems convinced. he's laying on the ground, trying not to die.
Poisonous.
am I able to like make out words between vomiting?
And you can hear these guys are like, you shouldn't have drank. Did you drink from the well? You shouldn't have drank from the well. This is a bunch of rocket scientists. You're already there, barely living proof of the evidence that maybe you shouldn't drink from the well. Ran straight over the well and drank from it. Again, this is the play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? So it's predominantly from creatures who live in darkness and come from the underside of the earth. So like drow and it's the common language of the more evil folk. Yeah. Well, it's common to them. The common's a relative thing. You're biased of what your common is.
he means like French and like Spanish. You know how they're like similar? It's not like that. It's just two different comments. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're both based on Latin. One's for the people from the Underdark, and one's not. Yeah. Yeah, they are very similar.
So we would be able to just like read the words as well on the thing. Just even
Well, you can
with
walk
our
around the
phone?
outside of it. There's a number of different words on it. So, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
there's writing on multiple sides of it. Yeah, it's good.
Can I tell Kelsier to read all the other words and try to see if there's anything different?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe it's
I'll
like a cure
inspect
on
the
the well.
well. See if there's more to be read.
Well, it literally says, kiss me and I'll kiss you back. That's the Queen of Death.
Yeah, but is there anything else on the other writing, or is it just that?
That's one thing on it.
Okay, but you said the rose were covered in
Yeah, there's
writing.
all
so-
kinds of writings. You spend rounds and rounds. I guess that's what it is. Are we focusing on helping him or on reading everything on the walls?
Oh,
I
Yeah.
kiss Kusa.
So
okay.
do you
Should we
guys
run
try
and
to?
go? Okay.
First-
Since we are, well, I was thinking about running up top and getting tall and being like, "Yo, he's dying. Like,
Oh,
can
yeah,
you
he's the
come and
cleric.
save him? Because like we can't heal shit." Is that allowed?
Sorry, say it again. You what?
Can I go run up top and get Talm Talmara to help him because we don't have any healing stuff really, and it's like he's gonna die.
You could. It doesn't. I'm going to tell you quite honestly. You feel like you don't have that much time.
Okay.
Well, you guys could potentially try to make some healing checks to stave off the number of rounds as he makes round after round saves until he eventually dies. Speaking of which, Kusa, you can make an additional Constitution save.
Well, because like none of us can really like heal or anything, so
So, sorry, it was Kels here going around looking for writing on the walls, right?
Yeah.
So you see a skull with an arm underneath it, and chiseled in the arm is the following, okay? And you see spaces under the skull where there's a bunch of letters written on different bones all over the place. And the bones could be inserted, like finger, knuckle bones, okay? And you see under the skull, with these spaces for 4 bones to be input, the following. It says, it can pierce the best armor and make swords crumble with a rub. Yet for all its power, it can't harm a club. And there's the alphabet worth of letters below it. 4 spaces.
okay. Now, do we want to open up that coffin and see what's inside, or what are we doing here, boys? I say to everyone. While we're trying to save.
Wait. So, is this like
You see
poisonous to
us-
the touch? Then does this liquid that he drank, is it poisonous to the touch or only ingested?
Well, he's ingested it, and it's clearly not good for him. And he's useless, clinging to life and likely ultimately going to die in rounds. Okay? And you
Yeah.
wander through the room and you see, like I said, this larger skull and an arm, like a giant's type arm or like a huge bone below it with 4 holes and this written in undercommon. And then a whole bunch of the alphabet's worth, 1 letter each, mind you. The alphabet's worth of bone fragments with letters carved into them. So you know for right there, I'll read it to you again, but you know right there, it doesn't use any letter more than once, right? Because there's only 27 letters. Yeah. So it can pierce the best armor and make swords crumble with a rub. Yet for all its power, it can't harm a club.
We have to beat him with a club.
Oh, I know I know what it is. Yeah.
Well, I'm
Give me the-
assuming he's going to say something. It's over here, by the way, on the wall over here. And so Ben's trying to keep Kusa alive. Vexus, what are you doing? You're trying to keep Kusa alive? Ugly, you guys all trying to keep Kusa alive right now? Is that the plan?
Yeah, sure.
We're
I
trying to, but
yell at everyone, and I'm like, "Hey, there's
So every single
more
one of you
text
can,
over here."
all 3 of you guys can make a healing check to see if you can assist Kusa's next roll. And for every healing check, I'll give him a +2 if you get over 10. So Ugly got over 10, so that's a +2. Ben got 10.
I got
So
10.
so Kusa, you're +4 in your next roll for what it's worth. Okay.
Okay.
Try not to die here. Okay. So, okay. Kelsier says the riddle out loud. Is that what you're saying, Kelsier?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, there's this riddle something on the wall. What do you think it is? And he reads the riddle out loud. So everyone can offer him advice. However, each time he tries something, it's 1 round. So if every word you try is a round.
I forgot the last part.
I'll read it again one more
Best
time.
armor.
You guys ready? Okay,
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go. It can pierce the best armor and make swords crumble with a rub. Yet for all its power, it can't harm a club.
So the water is like going to disintegrate.
Am I
Like-
capable of speaking?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say acid.
That was just literally just what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you try acid.
Yeah.
Like it's a
But
4-letter
you did
word,
say
right?
acid. It is a 4-letter word, and this is a 4-letter word we're looking for.
Rust.
But again, Nathan's like,
Yeah, it's rust.
so what word you put in? It's got one. It's
Rust.
every round.
I'm doing rust.
Okay, you put rust in. Boop boop boop. Sure enough, the jaw pops open, and inside of it is a small, thin, light vial.
We
It's
give
gotta
it
be
Some
a
sort of
clear-
viscous liquid.
I carefully take it.
'Kay.
With delicate hands.
And do what? Drink it?
No, I go over to Kusa and
Here, try
give
this.
it. Yeah, let him drink it.
Okay.
Although I'm curious how it tastes.
Kusa, what do you do?
I accept the offer and drink it.
Okay.
Club. No rust.
Smart.
Plus, I play Rust religiously.
Cool. Yeah, that is a vial, and it does, unfortunately for Kusa, assuage and soften the agony that your stomach is in. You will, no, fortunately, saves him. You will be fatigued for the remainder of the day, just because of how much this took out of you. Okay.
Okay.
So there you go. The water, for everyone else's benefit, almost immediately upon even sniffing, smells vile. Absolutely vile.
Can I coat my daggers in it?
You totally can. However, this will ruin your water skin. You'll never be able to use it again for regular water. Okay. And you drink out of that water skin regularly right now.
share off of mine as well. Like
Okay. No problem. Just saying. You have a contaminated water skin now, Nathan. You can note in your character sheet.
Where's the vial?
The vial is consumed, empty, somewhere in Kusa's hands, most likely.
Okay.
I would
ask-
like.
Oh.
I'd like to say to Kusa, are you going to use that? Because we might be able to purify the well if we throw it in. It worked for you. It might work for the well.
Who's offering this? What character is this?
Ugly.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Kelsier, you recognize that by trying to purify this well would be defiling this temple.
Yeah,
Let's not do that.
I would
Um,
oppose that we do any defiling to this temple.
Take
And
that.
stop, and maybe stop
Well, was
kissing the
put
queen of
here,
death.
probably put here for a reason.
Okay, do you guys do
Out
anything else? Do
intruders.
you want to finish exploring this
Um,
place? Do you want to?
I asked Kusa. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
What do you do? Sorry. Sure. Yeah. If you can get someone to drink this, it will make them deathly ill.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so you guys are all hovering around the well. It's great. It smells awful in here. The purpose of this room is for this little tiny pond of water and well. With the
Okay.
kiss, with literally the kiss of death. Kusa, you have now kissed death.
Okay, and are we all good then?
Very nice.
What did it feel like to kiss death?
Before we leave, can I inspect this right here, like this wall?
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, it looks at some point there was something that used to be positioned, some sort of furniture previously that had been positioned in that space that's no longer there. And you can tell for the general abandonment and lack of things in this space, that corner happens to be slightly less dusty than the rest of the place. But whatever was there is no longer there. Like someone maybe had a table or a chair there or something and it got removed. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't block the wall, but it was a nook that something, like I said, some sort of piece of furniture used to be in. So,
Oh, okay.
anything else you guys do? Mm-hmm. How much weight can it move?
Can we all make our
35.
way to the front before this happens?
It can move 5 pounds per level in 3.5. So I don't know in 5. Yeah. Okay.
Are we
it
allowed
makes-
to get to the front before this happens?
Absolutely. Yep. Go ahead, Ben. To
Okay.
the front.
Yeah, I'll not be part of defiling.
Yeah.
Is Uglet moving? Is Uglet staying there by the well, hanging out?
Oh yeah, I'll grab the crowbar.
Okay. The unseen servant has nowhere near the strength to move the top off the sarcophagus, which you estimate weighs hundreds of pounds. It's a giant, thick stone slab.
Oh my gosh. This is a bad idea.
Wait, can I look for like undercommon
Ooh.
text on it?
Yeah, absolutely can.
I'm still chilling over here though, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just vibing.
Yeah, it's totally a lich.
Does he see anything?
He might. 1 second here.
Forever?
Nathan, take a long rest. I was thirsty.
So you see on the outside, I can pierce your ear without even making a hole. And similarly, you have a row of alphabetic bones, five holes. And
I can
it's
pierce
on,
your ear without making a hole.
yeah, and it's on this end right here. You have to be standing here in order to put the bones in. Yeah.
Do I wanna open it or get it guessed correctly?
Yes.
Five words.
So something loud, right? It's
Sound.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? Mm-hmm.
Sound that pierce your ears.
No, this is 6. Wait, I'm an idiot. It was Scream that I was... Yeah. Scream that I was counting the letters to before.
So what do? You tell me.
I choose sound first.
Okay. You put in sound, no effect.
No.
Only Kelsier, though. You guys can give him all kinds of advice, but I'm only listening to what he says he does. So Kelsier, you put in sound, nothing.
I'll do noise.
Okay. Boom. You hear a pop sound as all of the bones in the walls rattle, just so slightly. And this place feels as though it's in a very living but not living kind of way come alive, but it's not really alive, if that makes sense. And the slab on top of the stone here begins to crumble and vibrate as though it is to turn to dust. You're standing at the back end of here. That's where you are. Everyone is back where they were, so I don't know if everyone was, because lots of people offering you advice. Everyone who jibber jabbered, particularly Vexus, is standing within earshot of you. You were off.
I stayed here the whole time. I stayed here the whole time.
Couldn't hear you from there, Vexus. Couldn't hear you. You have to be at least this close to be able to offer that kind of advice. So anyway, that's it. Click on your characters, roll for initiative. You're standing where you are right now on the map.
Oh my gosh, this is rough. What? I said I'm gonna stay here. I don't want any part of the defiling. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't want any part
All
of
right. I
it.
guess I'm part of this now. Like I gotta be with the team. What is this? Okay.
I just wanted to read some ancient text here.
Yeah, good for you, man. There'll be all kinds of ancient text in this box once it opens.
I got 21.
Okay, boom. Why the fuck am I not getting this? There we go. Thank you.
What's this? Oh, he's tiny.
Okay, so the top vanishes, and from it, this skeletal shape rises before you. Roll for initiative for 1 second here.
5 pounds of grapple. Very powerful.
I rolled nat 20 there too.
Wow.
Oh no.
I fucked up here. Pressing
Oh
up.
no. I can speak to him in Undercommon to calm him down.
Maybe he won't see you.
I'm
Okay.
a rogue.
This thing pops out of there. Everybody can make a wisdom save for fear. Everyone, just 1 second. Bennett, you might be out of range. Just 1 second. Well, Bennett, so is Kusa. Yep, both over 30. So I would like a wisdom save from Kelsier, from Vexus, and from Uglet. Nice. Yeah, Kusa's fine. I'll let Kusa keep his save because I did say everybody and he made it. But technically, I'm not close enough to Kusa, but we'll save that for you. I won't waste your roll.
I got a 9.
Kelsier, you are filled with fear, dread, and fear.
Sorry, from being frightened, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay, I have advantage.
Okay. This is Uglet. It's got advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midget
14
strength?
is actually interesting enough. So if it's a tie, does that go to him? I think it does, right? Yeah. The difficulty was 14. Okay, so you make it. It's on the Uglet. It's on the cusp. Okay, it's on the cusp. Let's put it that way. Your advantage saved you there. Let's put it that way. Okay, so I will go first. So let me just describe. So I'm gonna start with Kelsier. What are you wearing for armor and gear right now? What do you look like?
I'm wearing like black leather clothes and a hood, like a black hood.
Armor,
Yeah,
weapons,
leather armor for sure.
holy
And I've got
symbols.
like yeah, I've got a holy symbol, and I've got daggers.
Okay.
Short sword.
Uglet, what are you wearing?
Uh, hang on. Chainmail.
Okay. Can you describe yourself? Like, I'm wearing chainmail, but you've got a cloak on, you've got a bag over in your back, you got a sword, like you got a holy symbol, you got what do you got?
Uh, I got two scimitars like sheathed. I got my crossbow like kind of on my chest, just kind of hanging off one of my like chains or whatever. The
Yeah.
backpack on. Uh, yeah, I don't know. That's about it. That would like stand out.
Would
Everything
you
else would be in my backpack.
how would you describe your character in the campaign as far as like you you look like you look like an adventurer, you look like a road, you look like a bard, you look like a noble. Like Ben would say, I look like a noble. It doesn't look like a wizard. Most people would describe him as a noble. How would you describe yourself?
Uh,
An ugly dwarf thing.
like a 7-year-old, but with a bigger head.
Okay, sure. Okay, Vexus, how do you describe yourself? Okay, Kusa, how do you describe yourself?
I'm wearing like a black hood with scale mail over top, so I'm not entirely sure what it would make me look like, considering I have a bow. Probably just like a ranger. I don't know.
Benescus, how do you describe yourself?
I'm wearing fine clothes, dressed as the noble that I am, and I have a quarterstaff just chilling on my back. I have my backpack on my back, and I have a signet ring on my index finger.
Okay. This creature, or like I said, assembles, effectively that's the best way to put it, spins and unleashes a flurry of attacks on Kelsier, who's standing there.
Yeah.
GM to GM. So how do I...
This is true.
I got some pluses, but I'm just going to roll the fast way, which is just using the dice on the app built in here. So that's
21.
two rolls. It's a 4 and a 17. So the first roll misses, and the second roll will actually hit, interesting enough, AC 22, which is probably sufficient to hit you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The minute that you get struck, you can roll 1d4 for me, please. Oh, nice. Are you feared right now? Just out of curiosity. Yeah. Okay. So this blade starts flying towards you, and it's clearly about to strike you, Kelsier. And instantly, you splinter into 5 pieces. And you can now roll a 1d4 for me.
Wait, what?
What number? Actually, I'll roll the 1d4. Pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
Okay. So an image of you that's splintered off of you instantly as this blade comes towards you, immediately actually next to you, gets struck and smote into shatters. And it breaks into shards. It would almost sound like glass actually to you as it falls to the floor, but dissipates into nothing. And there are now a total of 4 remaining images of you. of which you will, you're the outside one. So you'll be the quote unquote the fourth going forward, if that makes sense. So this is 2 attacks onto you. Next person is Kelsier. You're frightened. This is a D&D 5e conditions frightened. Frightened condition. Blinded, charmed, exhausted, invisible. Frightened. A frightened creature has a disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, while the source of its fear is within line of sight. This is for everybody who failed that roll. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So there you go. There's your conditions for being frightened.
And I'm like split into 4.
There is 4 images of you to the rest of the world. Yes.
Hmm. Okay, I'm going to.
You can feel
run.
in your pouch. You can feel heat coming from your favorite pouch location. Literally, it emanates warmth to you.
Okay. I'm gonna move behind Uglet.
I would disagree that you can do that. You cannot do that.
I can't do that.
You are not allowed to move closer to this creature. Yeah.
Is that close?
So
Oh,
you're
I
at
was doing it
10
wrong?
feet right now, and you need to maintain a distance of at least 10 feet, no matter what you do, right? Or you're like whatever, right? So I would suggest to you, like, you could move to the outer reaches of this wall around the outside of the room. Like, I'll use the creature. I'll move it back, right? But if you were standing here, okay?
Yeah.
So if you look at this, that's 10 feet, right? All of that 10 feet. Did that move like that for you, right?
Yeah.
So you could move around the absolute outer extremity of the room. Yeah. And yeah, you can't do that because it's closer though. You need to maintain at least a 10-foot distance from this guy, so you won't be able to cut that corner like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It sucks up additional movement for you to move distance, is what I'm saying. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how much is dash?
I think dash is a full action, or is it a standard action?
It's a full.
No, it's not the same thing. A full action is both your movement and your standard, and a standard is a standard. I'm just looking. I'm just gonna look up dash.
I'm going
How
down here.
dash? Taking a dash action gives you additional movement equal to your speed for the current turn. For a character of a walking speed of 30 feet, this means their movement for that turn can increase to 60 feet. Okay. Yep. It's the only action you can do this round, though. You're full out. You're not doing it additional. You're not doing a move and a dash. You're dashing. Period. It just doubles your movement.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yep. So anyway, you dash out of there. It's the short version. Okie doke. Who's next? Kusa.
I'm gonna fire my longbow at this motherfucker.
Okay. You get the
Why?
sense. You get the sense it being a skeleton, your longbow is not overly effective towards it. Just for what it's worth.
Wait.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like echoey images of them, basically.
That's cool.
Okay. Because of that,
You're fatigued, by the way, Kusa. Just so you might keep in mind, you have the fatigued condition for the remainder of the day.
Fatigued? Oh.
okay.
Kusa does. Yeah.
Oh, Kusa.
What does that do?
It does the suck, is what it does.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna move in line with Uglet and prepare myself, like, prepare my dagger, like, equip my dagger. I don't know if that's.
I don't even have fatigued anymore, so you're exhausted. Sorry, fatigue's gone. Exhaustion. Some special abilities and environmental hazards, such as starvation, long-term effects of freezing, scorching, drinking the water, create the effect exhaustion. So level 1, disadvantaged on ability checks. Level 2, speed halved. Level 3, disadvantaged on attack rolls and saving throws. Level 4, hit point maximum halved. I'm going to say you're level 3. I didn't realize the differences in this. You're level 3. That you're disadvantaged on attack rolls and saving throws. Your speed is halved, and you're disadvantaged on ability checks. Well, you're not. I'm not going to half your hit points, but you nearly died. Like you
Okay.
came back from death.
In that
Literally.
in that case, I'm gonna move like to Uglet like behind him and
Yeah.
just help.
Okay. You help Uglet before he flees. Benescus.
I'm getting out of here, but I'm going to move to right here, just at the entrance, just about to leave, but not leaving just yet.
Okay, you move to there. That's a move action. You still have a standard action.
I'm just gonna. Can I cast Firebolt? Is that yeah? I'm gonna cast Firebolt on the skeleton, whatever thing. Let me just roll. Yeah.
That is a hit. You hit it. It somewhat burns, although it doesn't seem to be too bothered by the burning.
Okay.
A little bit of the shreds of its cloth and armor burns. There is damage that's received, although you don't get the sense that it had the same effect as it might have, say, on a living creature, for this example.
Okay.
Vexus. Did you make a fear check? You made it, right? Yeah. You feel like you could take this thing solo. You could totally jump in that crypt with it and just smoke it easily. Yeah. Yeah. You feel like you totally take it on. You've rolled a nat 20 on your fear check, so that this is a confidence building. It's like, I'm not even afraid of this thing. Nat 20, bro. It's some sort of undead skeleton. Do you have religion? Knowledge religion? Yeah. Yeah. So is that critical damage then? Okay. So 5 damage. Okay, it burns somewhat. It definitely does damage, but not having the flesh and et cetera, it doesn't seem like it has the same effect on it as a living creature would have, right? It's I'm good with that. If it auto, as long as it's rolled in, that's fine. As long as it's lucky, it's no big deal. Uglet.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna jump up onto the crypt.
Did you make your fear save?
Yeah,
He
I just
passed.
barely passed.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, 14. Yeah, I remember that now. Thank you. You jumped up on the crypt.
Yeah.
Uglet, brain dead.
Do it.
Yes,
Do it.
I
Do
am.
it. Okay. Only because you're so small, it is an acrobatics check for you to jump up there without it costing you additional movement.
Where's that?
Oh yeah, totally, no problem. You absolutely do. You run up to it, you jump. Like, so to everyone's surprise, legitimately, you guys all behold and witness this. Okay, Uglet runs at this thing in an absolutely badass fashion, leaps from the ground, 5 feet through the fucking air on top of the crypt, like Michael Pippen in the NBA in the '90s. Okay, and what do you do then? Pull your sword out and swing at it.
Yeah, I'll hit it with both swing doors.
Okay, there you go.
And
That's
so
legit.
the
He has
first one gets
advantage as
advantage because
well.
of the help,
I'm
but the
inspired.
second doesn't.
Is anyone else inspired? You guys all feeling inspired by this moment?
Yes.
No, I think he's
I am.
done.
I'm
Pretty
feeling.
inspiring.
I am feeling the inspiration. Uglet, you can add an inspiration for this. Absolutely.
I'll never have it.
Okay, the first one is. One second, actually, that might actually hit. The first one is a hit, and the second one's a hit. So
Alright.
you do 8 slashing damage and 9 slashing damage.
Huh?
So he does 14 total.
Oh, I see. You rolled 6 on a 1d6, but you don't get your +3 on it. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay. I mean, again, this is learning.
Wasn't that Eat.
Okay, sweet deal. So anyway, for what it's worth, Uglet, just for your benefit, you when you hit this thing hard, even by your own standards, you recognize how hard you hit it. Okay, and you recognize not all of that goes through. Probably because it's a bony undead type of creature, and so it has some forms of resistance to the type of damages that are being delivered to it. However, collectively, between the being burnt a couple of times and you dropping up there in your epic, inspiring, genuinely inspiring frontal assault on this thing, you drop it. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. In an absolute act of badassery. You did add your inspiration to your character sheet, correct?
Yeah, well, I already had one.
Okay, so you have 2 now.
Uh,
I'm inspired. That was inspiring. You can now. There you go. Oh, that's sad. I'm sad for you. If you could have gotten to Uglet, you would have. Uglet, you've inspired me for a second time. You need to start using these so I can give you inspiration next time.
yeah, okay.
So you smoke this thing. Boom. Absolutely badass. So in a few rounds, Kelsier's additional images fade. Benuscus and Vexus are at the front entryway going to, I'm so glad I smoked that thing with fire. Patting themselves on the back. Yeah, easy claps. Yeah.
Can I do like a religion check and inspect the body?
Yeah.
I also
So-
want to do that.
This is some sort of animated skeletal guardian. You did pass the password. Interesting enough, you get the sense that if you had have been wearing the right symbols or done something differently or slightly right, this wouldn't have necessarily been a risk at you. It looked at you. It clearly like appraised you or evaluated you prior to attacking you, if that makes sense. It wasn't an automatic thing. So if things had been done somehow slightly differently, it's possible it wouldn't have attacked you at all. Is the short version. But I wouldn't say differently. And you might have not had the right holy symbol, or you might not have been, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
in the right spot, or who knows what. But it wasn't an automatic thing. That's the short version. It's a crypt. There is a book in there. There is a couple of scrolls in there. And there is a box that seems to be locked. It's a puzzle box that we'll get to next session.
All right.
Yeah, well, yeah, for what it's worth, it had a shield. It had a breastplate, a medium-sized breastplate. If anyone wants that. It has a small wooden shield, medium-sized breastplate, and it actually had an axe, exactly like the image you saw.
Can I try reading one of the books? See what kind of language?
The book is written in Undercommon. That's what it looked like, for what it's worth. If you want to pull stuff off of the creature in some capacity, that. But I don't know,
Okay.
is someone tracking like party loot, for instance? Okay, split up on the spot. How do you guys want to manage that? There's a breastplate, there is an axe, and there is a shield. There's a book and 2 scrolls.
I'll take the book. But you want the
Nathan and I
scrolls,
each take
you
a
guys-
scroll to read.
Okay.
You guys can have the. And
Yeah, I don't
Kuza
need-
gets nothing for
I'll just
drinking
take
the
the
water.
book.
I'm gonna go take its femur. Can I take its femur?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to take its femur.
I read my scroll.
Okay. There's 2 scrolls. Can you read? Is there a difference now between arcane and divine scrolls? There should be, right? They're both divine scrolls.
I think it's just our.
No, there's cleric scrolls and wizard scrolls, right? Divine and arcane. These are both cleric scrolls. I'm happy to tell you what there is, no big deal. One is delay poison.
That could be useful.
Would have been useful. Sorry, it's no longer called delay poison. It's now called protection from poison. My bad.
Okay, what's the other one?
The other one is detect poison and disease.
And where's
Okay.
the book?
The book is a novel. It's not like a magical book or anything like that. It speaks of a deity. You'll know enough. I mean, we can get into this more, but you'll know that this, say, it's a dead deity. The deity for which this space exists is a dead deity. Nobody follows it anymore. It's an old deity. It has hints, and we'll get into more of this. We're going to talk about this as the campaign carries on. Hints of an older era or an older age. It no longer carries the muster that it used to, but there was a deity of death at one point, and people used to worship this deity of death. And now those things are really just figments of what they used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, death and poison.
So you guys ready to leave this area?
Well, there's a chest in there. Right?
It's
Oh,
the
yeah,
puzzle
this is
box.
true.
The chest is
Puzzle
not really
box.
a chest as much as it's a puzzle box. That's the best term for it. We will address the puzzle box next time. Someone can take it as a loot if they wish.
Okay.
There's also, like I said, a shield, a breastplate, and an axe if anyone wants those.
Can I take the box? The puzzle box.
I'll take the axe and the breastplate.
Okay. Is everyone happy? Has that worked out for everybody?
Yeah, I got a femur.
Sorry, who took the shield and axe?
Oh, okay.
Medium breastplate.
Probably won't fit him.
There's 3 types of breastplates now.
Like, is it leather or?
There's no leather. All breastplates are metal. This is a metal breastplate.
Is Uglet capable of wearing this breastplate?
3 types of. It's
I get
medium.
mine custom
Uglet's
fit.
small.
Okay.
D&D 5e armor, blah, 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 blah. Breastplate, medium armor, 400 GP. Holy smokes, this is a huge reward. 400 GP. The most valuable thing in here by far is the breastplate. Yeah, the booklet is about this deity of death. And if someone has an interest in it, they can read about it, and it will give them a future advantage to knowledge religion and knowledge local.
I want to read it.
Can I? Oh,
Is it
I
an
wanted to read
undercommon?
it considering I kissed.
It's an undercommon. Yeah, that's another thing.
Oh,
That's a
fuck.
good point.
So can I read it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not a 5-minute thing, right? This is like as
Right,
you're
yeah,
adventuring
yeah.
over days, you'll read it.
Like a nice novel too.
Yeah, it's extremely insightful. The gem that you're carrying really gives you additional insight into reading into this book. Interestingly enough, this is actually a good combination for you to actually have undercommon, have read this book, and be in possession of the gem. You have a whole different level of understanding, and we're going to, as we get more exposure, this is things that are inherent now, innate to your character that you understand. So you recognize this deity, and now following Shar as a predecessor prior to Shar's existence. And I'll get more into deity and deity names, and I actually might do a little blurb for you, like, yeah, maybe text or email you a paragraph, or I'll dump it into chat next time.
Okay.
So. But you understand a fair bit more about the old deities of the land and how they were worshipped and what they mean. And this was back in the day actually a temple, and this was a temple bone guardian that you guys battled here. Albeit, if you had if you had presented yourself in any form of bone or been carrying bone, like even carrying like a easily crafted bone necklace, like with 2 strings and a bone across it, it wouldn't have attacked you. So,
Well, Nathan tried to take the bone from the giants, but it didn't. You said no. I mean,
big.
like-
He's tiny. He's weak. He's what, like 6 strength or something? Can't even deal. Can't even deal.
Alrighty.
Anyway,
Sweet.
yeah. So, and who got the puzzle box? What character got the puzzle box?
I took it. Kelsier.
I thought it's Kelsier again. You got all the cool stuff. Holy shit! This whole campaign's now about Kelsier. He's as a side character now. He's become the main character. Everyone just follows Kelsier around. I'm just kidding, you guys. The puzzle box is it literally is a physical puzzle that you slide pieces around to try to open. It's small. It's hand size. It's like smaller than a book, quarter the size of the book. So yeah.
Okay.
And you get the sense that fiddling around with this thing for too long, only because of your gem, might not be good for you. This could be like if you know what you're doing with it, could be great, and if you don't know what you're doing, it could be really bad. Like it screams of like kissing the queen again.
Okay.
So, for what it's worth, it's yours nonetheless. So, yeah.
We're ready to leave the dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guess no one else wants to drink from the well or check the walls or
Oh, check
disturb
the
any more
wall.
crypts.
Go inside.
If it didn't sound like I'd probably die if I did it, I would spit in the well, but I'll probably fucking die for doing that.
You'd spit in the well.
It is
Wait,
good
can I
shelter.
take like one of the little like little bone characters alphabets as like a
Oh,
little
you couldn't like the so it looked like at first you thought it was leather that the string that the bones are strung on for the letters that the letters in Undercommon are carved on, and then you realize it's like sinew. And sinew is more like well, it feels more like hair now because of how old and thin and frail it is. Strands and strands of sinew that these bone fingers with letters carved in them that you used to spell the words out, basically. So,
Okay.
you totally can. Yeah, you can lop them all off. Take as many bone fingers as you like. You have 2 full alphabets worth of bone fingers if you want to take them all.
Actually, can I take the dude's head?
There's dozens of heads around here. You can take any
Actually,
head.
I'm
in
not
the
gonna
world.
like
take
the-
anything
the-
because I should let the dead rest.
You know what? You're right. Actually, the Queen
walls.
of Death might come and get us or something.
Like A and Z.
Ends like the
Oh,
letter N.
ends. Okay, N.
And a
I
G.
thought you meant ends, like A. Like
You-
A
you
is
should-
one
you
end and Z is the other end.
You should,
That's
you
what I
should,
thought you said.
should take to both the G's.
And maybe an I, maybe an E.
Maybe an E.
What is he? Sorry, what's he saying? All right. Back to the map. You guys come out here. Thomas finished harvesting the giant, and he says to you, "What a day! We should find some place to rest." And it's been a good day of travel. You guys got any suggestions? Oh, you can tell he's harvested a giant's eyeball and a toe and a beak off of one of the sturges.
For like alchemy and stuff. Okay, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Alchemy.
And you get the sense that like there's to the right person, there's value in this kind of stuff, right? So yeah.
I believe it was some sort of healing potion. I don't know.
Yeah, you can spend an hour harvesting stuff carefully and fully and properly, if you wish.
I'm gonna spend this time like I want to help Tama like set up camp, so that I can sleep away my exhaustion.
To be honest, in the plains, there's not a lot of good places for cover. There's thin, wispy trees. But honestly, this wall is about as good a cover as you're going to really get anywhere if you can set up like sort of like a half shelter off of here. Or, of course, the crypt. You could go back into there if you want it.
I think we should set up by the.
Maybe we should I cannot see the map either. I'm also in the crypt. But
Yeah.
maybe we could tell.
Sorry, my bad.
It's all good.
Oh, that's my bad. I totally didn't drag you. I'm on the wrong map. I'm staring at the map.
Should
You guys
we
see it now?
consult? Can I consult everyone except for Tal Mara and ask them if they want to tell him about the crypt? You know? Well, because I don't want to like just tell them about the crypt when you guys don't want to.
Should, I think.
Is that okay if we do that? I'm down for that. I'm down for
Yeah.
that.
But we definitely didn't defile any
Yeah.
corpses.
Yeah, Kusa particularly, given that you're like, Tom's primary guy, right? Yeah, pseudo leader. You can sense a degree of disappointment that as everyone's like, yeah, I don't know what he did, but he disappeared for like 10 seconds, ran straight to the well and drank the well of death. But we
I w-
saved him. Don't worry, Tom. Blah, blah, blah. He doesn't look super impressed with that outcome, but glad everyone made it. It's good. By all means, he's busy with his own things. He's kind of aloof, right? He's always like up to his own stuff, right? And there's a degree like he's like, yeah, you guys got to be careful. Big things start rolling around there. I was like, that's leave the big stuff to me, and you're there just to take care of this and that, right? Like the Sturges and stuff as he gestures towards them, right? Don't get in over your heads here. It's just you let me deal with one thing at a time, basically.
Okay.
I think
Yep.
that's a good spot to camp.
I
Great
agree.
idea, Nathan.
So you guys pick a spot.
This is
That
it's
bottom
like
spot's
nice
got pretty good
shade.
shelter. Yeah, it's got like two, sort of shelter on two sides. Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you guys tell him about the crypt? Really? What do you say?
That whatever Kusa drank the water and he's dumb. We saved him.
Or maybe we should keep that a secret.
Well, who has the box? I mean, it's up to you guys. Whoever wants to do. Tell him or don't tell him. Did you tell him?
Maybe.
I think we should tell him because he seems to deal with this sort of stuff, considering there's a big skeleton giant.
To be fair, I just reused the image. It was a giant. It wasn't a skeleton giant. It was actually a giant.
Okay.
Yeah. I did a poor quality of the image. So I got a bunch of characters uploaded, but not like I've uploaded like 80 images, and it's just not exhaustive yet. I'm working on it. Because for me to upload these images, like I got to download them, put them on a token, and then I have a separate sheet, like kind of these maps. And I basically copy all images onto that map, and then I scroll through the map, grab an image, drag it over, right? I copy it and paste it onto this map, basically is how it works for me. And so I don't have an exhaustive list. And then I started copying a bunch of cool images, and then I was like, oh, I should like start organizing these, like alphabetizing or whatever, which I'm working on, right? So I have a giant map of alphabetized images. And then on top of that, like the Sturges that I use, the image I use for the Sturges, those are, I don't say free images. Those are images I got with Roll20, but when I bought the books, I got a bunch of free images, right? And so those token images I got from there. So then I was like, oh, maybe if I can buy some monster manuals, then I'll be able to actually like look the monsters up, for instance. So I thought, well, I'm not going to go spend 6 more hours scouring across the internet for images when I can, if I buy like a couple monster manual books, I'll have them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of got halfway into it, and then similar to you guys with building your character sheets, after 5 hours of work, I was like, fuck, there's a lot less. For $60, I can save myself a lot of aggravation. So, yeah. Cool. Well, I wanted to call Crystal before it's bedtime. So I'm going to roll, guys. Is that cool with you guys?
Yep.
Next week, we'll kill somebody off then.
Sounds
Yes.
good. Sounds like a great idea.
Came close
Just,
tonight.
just before we leave,
Benuscus
can we
was
call this?
unconscious. Kusa almost killed himself. Listen, man, this was pretty tight. And quite frankly, I thought the first person that was going to die was going to be ugly. When he got within 5 more feet, I could have swung at him. I was like, that's That is ballsy. I was like, I didn't want to say much, but I was like, if you go to Costa, I would say, just so you know, like he can reach you, right? He does seem to hit pretty hard. So yeah. Yeah. Well, like I didn't per se threaten you with it. Like it was there. It's a threat on the board. That's true. You're not going to solo it, right? Let's be honest, right? But it was a 9-hit dice Shadow Cat. Could tanked it for a few rounds. So cool. You guys have fun?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I do anything different next time to make it better? Okay. I'll try not to kill someone as quick into the opening round next time then. Thanks guys. Had a
Sounds
good
good.
time. We'll see you next week.
All right, see you next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
I'll disconnect you.
Nathan Legion. Yeah, like fuck. Okay, I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, I actually got to play. I did cool stuff.
And the gemstone thing like made
saved
you have
me.
illusions and stuff. Bro.
I split into. So is that why I rolled the 1d4 to split into 4 cells? It was just lucky that I got a 4.
I'm gonna piss real quick.
I got 4 lives. So, did the rogue steal the gem from me, or I thought maybe that okay. I thought that was just a second gem. Like there was 2 gems.
Hey, who the fuck was supposed to be on watch? Like, what a fucking idiot. I was picking berries. I don't know. That was my job. Yeah, at least the midget's dead. Good riddance.
Yeah.
Eat.
Yeah.
Or did it?